Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another week. We're still here, going strong, of the D&D show. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, all right.
Good.
All right.
Good. I think I've, as usual, shitting a brick. I don't know why this gets me going so much, but it always does. So we'll see how we get on tonight. Cool. All right then. So we've got the usual crowd with us. As always, I am the co-host, as your GM for this adventure. My name is Luke. We are the D&D show, as I said, and we are currently playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It's in the name, really, isn't it? Making our way through the starter adventure set, The Lost Mine of Phandelver. With me tonight, as always, I'm joined with the usual crowd. We have got Mr. Gavin Bourne. Beer's got to my head. Gavin Bourne, who plays Burr.
So good they named him twice.
Swashbuckler. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just relishing the last week off of work before I go back next week.
I think earlier on when we were kind of running tests and stuff, and you dropped out while you were sorting out your camera, we were talking about what's going to happen when people go back to work. Do you think you're going to be all right next week?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Good.
Yeah, I'll be fine. No worries.
Brilliant.
I'll just,
Can you remember how to do it?
ride to work on my motorbike asleep after we go on till midnight.
Well, I mean, we were almost on time today. So if we can get a little bit earlier, then hopefully we can finish a little bit earlier as well.
That'll be right.
Next up, we've got James Bly playing Just Escapes, the Human Paladin. How are we today?
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to bashing some skulls.
Brilliant. Bringing the justice, collecting those taxes.
In his shoes.
Lisa Houghton,
Horton.
Millicent, the health and bar.
That is a good IPA, isn't it?
That's a really good IPA.
Half Elven Bard is a good IPA. It's nice. Yeah, mango IPA. It's all right. How strong is this? I need to slow down. One pant, whatever that means.
That's how strong it is.
It's one pant. 5.6. That's actually.
You sure it doesn't say pints?
No, it's only a little tiny. It's like one of those little tiny kind of American size cans. Yeah, 5.6 though, and I'm a lightweight, so I only drink on a Tuesday, so it always goes to my head. How are we, Lisa? How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. As I said, always filled with nerves. Feeling better. Was a bit rough this morning. Couple of rough nights sleep and a bit of a dodgy stomach today, but we're all right tonight. The alcohol will certainly help with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nothing like an IPA to settle the old belly, innit?
This is it. So yeah, if we should be all right, but if I have to pause the game to run to the loo, I do apologise in advance. And then that was the beautiful dulcet tones of Sean Lee.
I'll take that.
Gnome druid Pock. With his duck.
Hello.
With his duck. Have you got a name for the duck? Have I asked you this before? Is it just
It's
duck?
duck.
Just duck.
Yeah,
the
it's
duck.
just duck. Duck the duck.
Good.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, well, good. I've been outdoors today. I haven't been outdoors for what feels like forever.
Yeah.
So I've had a nice little top up of vitamin D.
Good.
Dust the old cobwebs off. Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Lovely.
It's been nice to see what outside looks like.
Yeah, no, we've been getting out quite regularly, going for walks and stuff, especially since we got the dog. Going on for walks. So I went to that's a lie. I was about to say I went to my first supermarket. I've nipped to Asda a couple of times throughout the lockdown, but I did my first proper shop with the wife today. Went to Aldi, and it was bloody horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Oh yeah,
Shopping always is horrible.
just everyone's. It's just so scary now. No one seems to care anymore, and you literally have to just dive out the way of people. And it's insane.
That is really what it's like. Certainly in Aldi, my wife's been doing all the shopping throughout. Like, she's just been nipping off on her own going shopping, but unfortunately, she's not allowed to drive at the moment. She's just had to store in her car. So the past week or so, I've been taking her and just sitting in the car outside with the kids while she goes in and does it. But today was just like, sod it. Everyone else is relaxed. Let's go in. But it was horrible, absolutely horrible. And it's people just getting right up in your business, man. Like, it's just, oh well.
Shopping's never fun anyway.
Yeah, if you
No,
know,
exactly.
no, that is it as well. But I mean, if you believe the hype, then it's all the not the hype, the conspiracy theorists. It's all a load of bollocks anyway. So, and fight,
Yeah.
you know, who
Good
knows?
Obviously.
Obviously,
That's a problem though, isn't it? Because then if it's all right now, then they've got more ammo.
yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it is all right though, you know. But I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I do hope it's okay. I want life to go back to normal, and enough people have died. But that is the thing is that people have died, and it's not just it's not just people saying, oh, you know, more people die of the flu. Well, no, like the figures state excess deaths. That means that there are like 50,000 people who have died more than normal, like on average. So there's no denying those facts. So you know, anybody out there who believes that conspiracy theory can piss off. Unlike the conspiracy theorists who believe that 9/11 was an inside job, you guys are bang on the money.
I mean, that's its own podcast.
Luke's
I'm
new
sure it's been
podcast
done.
where he weighs up conspiracy.
Yeah, that one and the other one. I like.
Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, and 9/11.
Dogs can look
It's
up.
the first episode.
Dogs can look up, man. They look up. No, the one I like. Have you heard the one? It was quite old now, so you probably have. But you heard the one about fucking hell, what's her name? Avril Lavigne. You hear that one?
Oh yeah, they replaced them.
No.
Don't
Yeah, that she died, and then her
True.
body double took over and stuff. Yeah,
Of course.
That's
Just
right.
like
Same with Paul
McCartney.
McCartney, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. My wife's saying, yeah, that was true. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. That's a different podcast, which has probably been done.
Almost definitely.
Tory wankers. Are we going to go over
Yeah,
it again?
another podcast.
No conspiracy there, they're all just wankers.
They are. I was seething this morning. I had a bit of a to do with some guy on Facebook this morning, and in the end, I was just like, just fuck off, literally, just fuck off. And I had to turn off my notifications because I was like, literally about to have an embolism. Like,
What's still going on there, man?
it's just all this, and it's all this stuff that's, you know, mainly going on in America, but it's going on in England, you know, and it is the whole Black Lives Matter thing. You know what, like, again, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Stop trying to justify your racism. You know, all this fucking White Lives Matter stuff and All Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Just fuck off. All
Isn't
right.
it weird how it's all gone a bit quiet now the football's back on? Funny that, isn't it?
Well, that's what started it.
There's no one protecting statues anymore.
There was a
West Ham are on, so
some football match last night where some twat hired a plane to fly over with a big old sign saying
Burnley,
White Lives
wasn't it?
Matter.
Yeah.
And that's what it was all
really?
about today. And he was like, well, give me some facts. You know, I want concrete facts that prove that white lives isn't a racist slogan, and that that there is such thing as systemic racism, you know, institutional racism. And I was like, you're having a fucking laugh. It's not my job to give you that. And if you can't be bothered to go online and research it your fucking self, then you're just an ignorant fucking tosser, you racist pig. Piss the fuck off. Oh, mate.
Let's play some D&D.
So let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. We probably just lost.
Are there any racists in the forest that we can kill? Is that all right?
Yeah. Well, you know
We'll
what,
just make sure all of the goblinoids and whatever are
they're all carrying like English Defence League badges and
Well, I'm
shit.
sure we can just label them racist, even if they're not. It's
just for
fine.
flavour.
So we've got some people in the chat as always. So let's just say hello to the crew. We have got Sycon sent hello. He's not sure if he's going to make the whole night. He's having some PC problems. Hello, Sycon sent. Hello, Flack38. Hello, Lecky Macon, our fan from Denmark. Pleasure to see you again. Lucaroo, hello. Dasbray303, and that's Peter, yeah?
Yay.
Yeah, hello, Peter.
Hey.
Oh, Gavlar. So, Gav, you're in the chat. Hello, Gav.
I'm in the chat, yeah.
We've got Fires of Athaline. Now, these guys I've been chatting to on Twitch, not Twitch, on Twitter. Seem like really good guys. From the UK, down, I want to say in... Nope, I've lost it. Near Somerset, but not Somerset. There's a big city down there. There's that I can't think what the hell it's called. Begins with a B.
Devon?
No.
Bristol,
I think. Yeah, that's the one. Really nice guy. Got a group of
Really
guys.
lover.
And they have got their own stream and podcast that is just launched this week, I think. So check them out. Fires of Athlin, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And they've basically developed their own system to play with as well. It seems really interesting. They started off modeling it on 5e, but from there they basically stripped it back, added in more customer optimization, added in more changed the magic system. They've changed the way that combat works. They've made it a little bit more deadly with more kind of locational hits and stuff like that. And they said that I was chatting to them, and there's a roleplay system I used to love when I was a kid called Rollmaster, and they did an offshoot of that called MERP, Middle Earth Role Playing, where the combat was deadly, and when you attacked, you would get critical hits, but it wasn't based on a natural roll of a 20. It was just based on how good you were, and so you could end up killing people with one hit if you rolled well enough. And they you would roll a D100 to see where you are. It was a fantastic system, really complicated. And they said they've actually... There's my dog. Shush. And they said they've used that for some inspiration. So it sounds like a fantastic system that I really want to know more about. So as soon as that podcast drops, I'm going to be all over that. Moving on, Jam Boink. He's been here before. He says finally managed to make it. He's missed the past 2 weeks because he was no lifing playing Valorant. Managed to give it a break for tonight to watch. So thank you very much, Jam Boink. It's good to see you back. And then Fires of Athlin says nice presentation. So cool. That was all designed by Sean, Mr. Pock. So if you like what you see and you want maybe something designed for yourself, and Sean's your man, hit him up.
Give me work, please.
Yeah, hit him up on Twitter, or more likely you prefer Instagram, which is on the screen, at Sean F. Lee, if you want any graphic work or anything done. You're also a videographer. You do photography and videos and weddings and sound engineering and stuff as well. You do stage shows and a lot of event work on the tech side of things. But lots of video bits, graphic design.
Cool. If you ever need a backup photographer at weddings, by the way, Sean,
do you done?
I have done, yes, in the past.
Oh, excellent. Oh, sweet. Yeah, definitely.
If you ever need number 2, give me a shout.
Maybe when if we ever get to the point of doing a Patreon, we can make that one of the stretch goals of
your wedding.
If you
take photos at your wedding,
want to give us £100 a month, and then you can have a free photo shoot or something. So and then Dazbray, so Pete says this intro went places. Yeah, it always does. And that's about it. Fires of Athlin says thanks for the shout out. Looking forward to the show. And did someone say dragon?
Bum, bum, bum.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. How about that for an intro? There we go. They did. Somebody did say dragon. So who's going to roll the D20 tonight? Who is going to go first and give us the catch up for all the people at home?
Ooh, I rolled a 6.
I'm going to roll the one that I've not been rolling well on.
17.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
15.
Sean.
Is that you then, Pock?
Right. I've not organised my notes, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
How far back we going?
Well, I mean, kind of paraphrase the general story for any new listeners, and then just give us what everyone wants about what happened last week and this dragon.
Give us a chronicle.
Right. Be ready to be paraphrased like you've never been paraphrased before. So at some point, I don't even know where to start. I bumped into some guys who were in a cave, and they were delivering some stuff to Phandalin on behalf of a fella called Gundren. Gundren got kidnapped by some goblins. Oh god, Gundren got kidnapped by some goblins, and we lost him and someone else. So anyway, fast forward, we're in Phandalin, right? And Phandalin is full of these things called red brands, and we're still looking for Gundren. We get asked to wipe out the red brands because they're being naughty in the city of Phandalin. We bust into a cave and do so. There's a fella called Sildar. Now, Sildar is friends with Gundren, and he's a member of the Lord's Alliance. And he has a friend called Iano, and Iano's gone missing. He's come to Phandalin looking for him. What's he playing at? Where's he gone? It turns out that Iano is the head of the Red Brands, and going under the pseudonym of Glassstaff. This is terrible. Sorry.
It's all right.
So we chased him out of the cave. Various things died, including some of us. So now we had a chat to some villagers looking for Glassstaff. We need to find him. He's been chatting to a guy called the Black Spider, who runs Cragmaw Castle. Very naughty person indeed, or whatever he is. We believe that he is after the mine that Gundren and his brothers have possibly found.
The Lost
And
Mine of Vandilva.
That's the one. Insert title here. So anyway, we've headed to Thundertree because we heard that the guy called Radoff has headed there after talking to some of the villagers. And Radoff knows the location of Cragmaw Castle. So off we popped to Thundertree. We got there. Watch out. There's plant monsters and zombies. None of which we came across some little plant monster things. Killed about 8 of them. Smashed them up.
We did encounter zombies as well in the tavern.
Oh yeah, there were zombies. I forgot about that. Yeah, zombies on the way there. There were some dusty little fuckers, weren't they? And the dust made us feel a bit oozy, a bit like it was like hay fever and asthma, all in one episode. So yeah, we've done that. Had a chat with Rudolph, who was disguised as a squirrel. He's absolutely mental. And now, for some reason, we trust him to lead us into the deep forest of Neverwinter to find the Black Spider. Why not?
Hasn't he written it on our map?
He's driven it. Yeah, he's done us a map, and Droop's
right.
kind of our guide, isn't he?
Sorry, that was awful, but you know,
that's pretty much
No,
it.
good.
A rough gist.
That's the rough
That's
gist of
about
it.
it.
Absolutely, yeah. So we ended off last week where you just killed off some of these twig blights, and it will kind of look kind of like Droop from Guardians of the Galaxy. You just killed off a load of them, and then the squirrel comes out, and then poof, Rudolph appears before you as a human. He's a druid. He can change shape just the same as Pock can. And he tells you to bugger off, basically. He's like, this place is dangerous. Didn't you see my sign? What are you doing here? There's blood monsters and zombies. Go away. Hey, your madness. And then you say, oh, actually, we're looking for you. We were told by Quellin Alderleaf that you knew where everything was around here, and that if anybody could help us, you could. We need to find Cragmaw Castle to rescue our friend Gundren. And he is like, okay, if it means you're going to leave, then yeah, sure, because between you and me, there's a fucking dragon around here, and you're going to get it. And then I think we pretty much left last week with you guys going into his little hut to basically I don't know we decided because I think we worked out it was probably about midday, sort of early afternoon ish by that point. So it's whether or not you wanted to kind of just be like scarpering straight away, or whether you were going to stay there for the rest of the night and rest up before you leave, or not. So basically what he did is so it's up to you guys.
What do you think, guys? Do you think we should
long rest would be nice.
long rest or just bugger off?
We'll just rest so we get our stuff back.
How far have we got to travel?
Okay, so I haven't added it to your map, but he did scribble it on your map for you. So you are up in Thundertree, ping, and you need to travel to approximately. I haven't got the map with it on in front of me. It's in the book, which I've put away. It's about there. If you saw that ping. So let's see if I can...
we're in front of the train. We need to get down there. Okay. So we got to either travel through...
We went past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the forest.
Can we travel to like sundown and camp?
It's in there. Basically.
We could
travel to sundown and camp.
Sundown and then camp.
Or we could go to Helmshold and camp there.
Yeah, so I mean, Hamside is only about 10 miles away, so it's not far at all. So you could. I think it's what you did on your way here. You slept over at Helmshold like last night. So you could head back there. So
yeah,
what's going to make it so that we end up at the castle in daylight or nighttime? What do we actually want to do?
Yeah, I mean, you can plan that.
Well, that's what I mean.
So I think
we're better off getting closer to Cragmaw Castle before we camp.
What's our approach going to be when we get there? I think, Sean, you mentioned disguising as Red Brand.
Yeah, we've got our red brand cloaks. I think if we
Yeah.
at least have them on first and foremost, so that if anyone does see us, we're not instantly attacked, or we're at least questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good idea.
Save a few hit points.
Yeah. So it's about.
But yeah, we want to slug it all the way through the forest from Thunder Tree. We don't really, do we?
No, but we can skirt the forest.
The forest is a really dark, magical, dangerous place. It's not inherently evil. It's kind of ambiguous, really. It doesn't care about good and evil. It's just leave me alone. Kind of. It's got, people say it has a mind of its own, so it doesn't like intruders. So when people do kind of build up campments around it, it's always on the outskirts, like Thunder Tree, or like where Cragmaw Castle is. And of course, but forests being forests, potentially, when that was originally built, whatever it is, perhaps the forest wasn't actually quite there at that point. Maybe it's
grown out
over. Yeah, you don't really know.
Yeah.
How far are we to that? Sorry, I don't know. You had the measurements up.
I did. So basically, it's about 2 days travel if you go directly. So you would want to, if you wanted to go to Helm's Hold first, you'd be looking sort of at kind of like that. So you're looking roughly at 2 days if you want to skirt the outside. You could, of course, try and go straight down to sort of like skirt the outside.
And then camp out somewhere.
I mean, it's still basically the same, but you could do that if you wanted to. If you, if you were to aim.
Thinking.
Go on.
So sorry. Well, Cragmaw Hideout, is that where we all met?
It is. Yeah, Cragmaw Hideout is where you met originally. That was the cave full of goblins where you rescued Sildar originally.
Was it worth
going there and camping out there?
And then heading in from there? At least it's familiar territory.
It is. Bearing in mind that when you left it, you left some goblins still there.
We left goblins there, so there's a chance. Yeah, they've reinforced.
Yeah. And just because, like previously, basically they bargained for their life to be left alone, but if they have got reinforcements, they might not be so willing to do so again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Helm's Hold for a long rest and then onwards?
We're going to get a long rest out of wherever we stay.
Yeah, I think if we go down to the edge of the forest near to Cragmaw Castle and just sort of camp up.
Get there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
Just on the outskirts then.
So we'll take a day's travel on the edge of the forest, get as close as we can in the day, camp, and then head up in the morning.
That's fine. Okay, cool. So you do that. Now, to make everything a little bit more simple, make it a little bit more listener friendly. Episode 9 of the podcast, the infamous episode 9 of the podcast, dropped today about an hour ago, or just over an hour ago. It was for
-4 downloads.
Yeah, like for in terms of viewers' kind of enjoyment, it was not the greatest episode we've released because it was basically a bit shopping and then travelling and nothing else happened. So you know what? We're just gonna fucking montage it. We don't need to do every day, and I don't need to roll for random encounters. We can just kind of skip over that. All right. So whatever way you go, it's fine. It is dangerous, but you know the way now. You know what to look out for. Maybe you don't camp quite so close to the forest, and you stay at maybe a bit more 5 or 10 miles away from the forest rather than skirting quite so close. The weather holds up. I mean, it has been a bit stormy the past couple of days on your original travel, but it does look like it's starting to clear. There is it's quite hot during the day actually, and in case you hadn't noticed, I'm kind of basically just copying what's happening in real life. So all of a sudden it's really hot. So it is a bit of a slog now with the weather. It's cleared up and it's hot, but you make it. It's a beautiful piece of land, rolling hills, the forest on the horizon at sort of 5-10 miles away. It looks peaceful and serene, and considering you all are aware of the rumours and the stories about what happens in Neverwinter, it's hard to believe when you're this close to it, because actually it looks quite nice. But other than that, the journey is very much uneventful. Okay, just to move things forward. Cool. So you want to do you want to arrive there at the daytime? What kind of sort of time of day do you want to kind of try to arrive?
I think earlier the better, isn't it?
Yeah, so kind of in the morning.
If we're going in the forest,
yeah.
you guys reckon?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take us a bit of a while to find it as well.
Okay. Yes.
We're not trying to. If we were trying to like sneak in, maybe nighttime would be better. But if we're just going to walk up disguised as Red Brand and try and convince someone that we're supposed to be here, that's the question. Like, how are we actually going to?
I don't know, because I don't think that goblins and bugbears and stuff like that are just going to be our main problem. Because I remember there was mention of spiders and other things like that. So
who's to say they're going to even like let Red Brands in? Like,
yeah, I think Red Brands was really just while we're trying to find it.
Yeah, no,
if we've got the cloaks on, at least we've got
it's worth a punt
an
for
excuse.
Sure.
Yeah,
and then I was thinking that once we find it, then wait until night to maybe try and sneak in. But at least locating it in the cloaks might be an easier task, providing we're not fighting monsters that have no idea what's happening.
Why don't we try and figure out while we're finding the castle if there are any patrols and where they go?
Droop should be able to.
Yeah, Droop should be able to give us an idea of.
Yeah, absolutely. I told you we could find a patrol. We can stalk them out. Yeah. I know the kind of. It's easy to know when you know what you're looking for. You can spot goblins. You know, most people. You know, goblins step lightly. We're sneaky, you see. But if you know what you're looking for, we can find them definitely. So, what do you want me to do? Do you want to do an ambush? Do you want to find some tracks?
Tracks.
I think tracks. Yeah, tracks would be a good shout.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as least encounters as possible for now.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to bear in mind as well, of course, is that you've got the wild shape ability as a druid. You could potentially turn into a squirrel and just run onto the forest and scout it out and then come back. And then all you need to do is have a short rest and you'll be able to get that back.
What kind of creatures would I know more likely to be sort of not, you know, if they were to see a giant spider, it'd be like, oh, that's fucking weird. But if they were to see a deer, is that more passable?
Absolutely. I mean, a deer, they might try and hunt a deer.
Not deer.
A giant spider, they might be a bit more wary of, but if they think that they were threatened, then potentially they might attack it, or they might run away. I mean, it depends whether it's a hunting party. They might be more inclined to try and kill it or capture it or to keep it as a pet. You just don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a wolf on there, not a dire wolf, but a normal-sized wolf. I think that's a good...
Not likely to hunt that for food.
No.
Yeah, or attack it.
Yeah, but
it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it might be a pack.
Yeah. The advantage of that, of course, is that wolves have the advantage on perception checks that involve your senses. So, like, if you were to turn into a wolf, you've met goblins before. You can have a sniff of Droop, and then use that to track him down. Make a couple of, take a couple of rolls. What we'll do is we'll do a couple of sorts of like perception or like survival tracking rolls to see how long does it take you to find it. Because if you wanted, like I said, you're aiming to get there early in the morning, but if it takes you longer to find it, that might become afternoon or it might become evening, as you're looking for it. But then even then, there's nothing to say, okay, well, now we found it, we're going to sleep and wait an extra day and go in the morning.
Okay. Do you think we're likely to get a long rest in before we go too much further?
The short one.
I mean, the long rest is just every night. So you've had your long rest already, or like at some point, because it's a 2-day trip. So when you're roughly halfway, you'll sleep up for the night. So you'll have your full hit points back, all of your spells back, everything like that, all your abilities. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you can get to the outskirts, you can run in and scout around for an hour or so, and then come back and take a short rest. Just to get that shape change ability back, or if it takes longer and it ends up getting to the point where actually we could,
we need to push on.
You need to push on.
Well,
it's up to you.
I'll do that to start with. If I come back and haven't found anything, I've got pass without a trace, which is a concentration, so I can give that to everyone else and go back into wolf form.
I'll need it as well because I've got a disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the pass without a chase. I mean, it only lasts for a short.
It's an hour.
Yeah. No. Okay. So it's not a massive amount of time.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I think you and Droopy headed. So you both well, maybe you don't need him. I don't know, but get the lay of the land, and then figure out if you can whereabouts
I'll
the
ask.
castle is, how far out we would need to start stealthing before.
Yeah. Droop, I'm going to heading as a wolf. Any kind of suggestions? What am I looking out for? What do you know? How can you help me here?
Well,
Droopy baby.
As I said already, us goblins, we're sneaky. We're very light-footed, and we're very good at hiding. So when we hunt, we're quiet. We're like animals. We're like wolves. Yeah. So finding tracks, it could be difficult. But at the same time, if we don't know that we're being hunted, if we think we're the hunters, we're not going to be taking quite so much care. So footprints, if you find camps, then the certain types of food that you'll be looking for. We don't eat the same as you pale skins, so things like, well, kind of like you really, like given half an opportunity, kind of like man flesh and things like that, if you can find it, scraps, things like that, but otherwise same as anyone else really.
Well, I think should I head in with him, or should we?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it worth taking Droop in with you?
You'd get a lot more ground covered on your own if you're going as a wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be slower with him.
I'll go in on my own, and he can at least keep an eye on everyone else.
Cool.
Just in case.
So nice and simple. Just make
not that it's going to help you guys, but
make me a couple of perception checks with advantage, just to see if you can find a trail.
As me or as a wolf?
Well, if you're in wolf form and the wolf stats are better than yours, I mean, you need to be a wolf to get that advantage. So I'm assuming that. But you can choose to use yours or the wolf's, whatever is better.
It is exactly the same, and I get a +4 stealth as a wolf. So
roll with advantage.
So that's a natural 1. Oh no, with advantage.
Yeah. So roll again.
Wait. That's a 9 + 3, so 12 for perception.
12. Okay, so you do scout around you, and you kind of how close at the moment are you want to get into the woods?
Let's go a few 100 meters or so.
And everybody else, are you staying sort of on the border in the woods, or are you staying like a few miles away?
Staying at the camp, I think.
Yeah, campsite.
Yeah, so where would you have made your campsite? I mean, you learnt your lesson camping a bit too close to the woods before when you got attacked by ghouls. So would you have stayed maybe 2 or 3 miles away, or would you be camping close to the woods?
As close as we can get, 2 or 3 miles is fine.
Yeah.
2 miles from the edge of the tree line.
So again, you can kind of see it a couple miles away, looming, and Pock as a wolf runs off. To travel 2 miles in your wolf form, it only takes you a few minutes, really, 5-10 minutes maybe top. You're sniffing around. You start sniffing around the edge of the woods, and you spend a long time. You know that your hour that you've got is you can start feeling that your normal form, your goblin form, you can feel the magic starting to wear off, and you've scouted around, and you go up and down the edge of the woods here, but you just can't find that any kind of real goblin scent, surprisingly. If you want to stick around for another hour, you can roll again.
Yeah, I'll if I have to, I'll burn another wild shape. Yeah, can I roll that again then? Advantage on perception?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's better. So 13, 16 for perception.
Brilliant. So you do one extra kind of turn. You sniff some different spots this time. You go maybe into some more bushes, and you get into a little bit closer, and suddenly you get this foul stench that it's unmistakable. You've smelt it before. You've tasted it. You've tasted that bull sweat before. And you've got the scent. You start following it slowly now. You're moving. You're not racing, but you find it after about 30 minutes or so. You do find a large open space. So let me bring up. If that's okay. So, what does it say? Yeah. So basically, you see a castle. Technically, it's not a castle. I had this in one of my old groups. It's a keep, because a castle is like all the out walls that go around it and everything. So it's a keep, technically, if you're going to be pedantic. So the castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway, and there are dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. You're still sorry, excuse me, that's beer is repeating. You're still presumably in the woods looking at it. Did you want to kind of scout around it and have a look?
Yeah, I will. I'll head around the sort of perimeter and see if there's any. So I'm specifically looking for entrances and ways in.
I'll move everybody over to that map. So that you can see it, and hopefully you've got vision.
Barely. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is daylight, but you can still only see what you can see. So basically, bloody map! It was doing this to me earlier on. Stop it!
Black square for me.
Is it not? Stay still. I'm gonna zoom out a bit so that I can. Oh no, not that far. Okay, no, I'm going to zoom in. Way in. Right, you say that you've got a black square?
Just a black square, annoyingly.
Okay. You've got sight. You should be able to see. And... there we go. Generic token. That's why. Fucking hell. Right. Sean. Represents Sean. Boom.
Aha!
Sorted?
Yep, lovely.
Okay, so everybody else pretend that you can't see this. But,
Yeah.
So what can you see? Right, so this is a bit shit because of the vision sight. So it's daylight, so you can see all the way around it. You should actually be able to see up here. I'm actually going to just delete the dynamic light in there because... Why are you drawing? What are you doing?
He's drawing.
There we go.
I'm not drawing.
No, it was me. I had the wrong button.
Oh.
Right. Okay, so you should now be able to see those steps. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
So from where you are. So I'll move you around.
Okey
So that should be the doors that we mentioned before. You probably wouldn't be able to see that far in because you're at the wood still. Okay.
Okie doke. Yep.
Let me just check something before I move you too far. Cool. Right. So as we go round, you should be able to see the shape of it.
Yeah.
And you're skirting round. I don't know how far you can really see. So you can see around this top side. You walk around the north side. You can see all the walls and the towers. They're all crumbling down from the top. So you can't climb into it, but it's just like you can see that once upon a time there was an upper level which is all just fallen through and collapsed, and there's just piles and piles of rubble. Okay. You go all the way around just so you can see it. A bit more around here. I'm probably going to move you down here. Okay. I should do this so I can actually see what you see. So there we go.
Yeah, cracking, lovely.
Right. So down this bottom half, you can see there's a pathway that leads up to a set of steps here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's what you see. When you were around, let me just take you back up. Careful not to move you inside.
Yeah.
Right, so when you're around the north side, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Yeah, with advantage? As a wolf?
Yeah, hold on. I've accidentally just put you off the map. How do I get you back? Oh no. Actually,
Hey guys, I won't be long.
what
What are you all up to? What are you all doing?
I've moved you off the map.
I just popped off for a quick piss in the bushes.
Bollocks. I'll put you back on. Let's give you a new token. One day I'll be a professional and know how to operate this bloody thing. This is why Roll20 don't want to give us a deal. I don't want us representing them. Okay, can you see?
We slag it off every week. I'm not surprised.
Oh, no, yeah. Can you see?
I can. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's moving.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Roll me.
Sorry. So perception.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
I've
What does
got
I want to
advantage
know. Yeah, can you? So this whole advantage thing for being a wolf. Can you tell me? Can you read it to me so I know exactly what it
Yeah.
says?
Keen hearing and smell. The wolf has advantage on wisdom brackets perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. Sorry.
No, to just be without advantage.
Okie doke. 16 plus 3, 19.
Lovely. I don't even need to look. Okay. Cool. So what you notice, again, just see what you can see, is right. Basically, here, quite cleverly, it doesn't look right to you as you're walking around and you're sniffing, you're eyeing the place up, and you're also bearing in mind that again this feeling, that you haven't got long. You can feel the magic. You've probably only got a few minutes left. It just doesn't look right, and you stare at it with those keen wolf eyes, and you suddenly notice that it flutters a little bit when in a slight breeze, and you realise that quite cleverly there's like a sheet, basically some canvas that's there, and as it moves, and then maybe you move up a little bit to look at it at a different angle, you can just see inside it, and you can see that actually it's been covered in brick dust and things like that, and it's very cleverly done. It looks like that there's some kind of extra entrance around there as well.
Nice.
And I assume that you're probably going to want to go back to everybody.
Yes, please.
Report.
Leg it.
And have a little rest.
Fantastic. So, with that in mind, they're a couple miles just outside the woods, and you're not very far in either. So, so as a wolf, pelting it out there, now you know the way. You don't need to walk slowly because you're not sniffing anymore. You can just run full pelt, and you just about get to the edge of the forest, 5 miles, which you can probably run in about 10 minutes. Before all of a sudden you're running along as this wolf on all four, and then you're just hoping you can just get an extra 5 minutes when you just stumble and you fall over and do a roly-poly, and you're lying on your back as this short little gnome.
Bastard. Bollocks.
And you're going to have to walk the rest of the way because you've used both of your things. So to walk an extra couple of miles will take you probably about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Hello, guys. Oh, fucking hell, that's a long way.
Took your time.
So the good news is I've found the castle. You'll be pleased to know.
Hello.
Yeah, excellent. It's quite a derelict sort of place, but
your
couldn't
duck
quite
waddles up to you.
Oh, sorry.
Your duck waddles up to you from around the campfire. It's like, whack, 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 whack. Pleased to see you. You've got a bit worried. You've been away for a couple of hours.
Doesn't the duck go into Pock when he's?
I think we've made the joke before, yeah, but it can't. His equipment
He's
can.
out there.
It doesn't count as equipment unless you.
I'm about to leave him there.
Yeah.
There was a few entrances. There's on the north side of the building. I have found a particular entrance that is looks like they've tried to hide it. Sounds like the way in for me. Other than that, there's some main doors on the east side of the building. For what I could see, looked like a few bedrooms and an entranceway and some beds. So I'm not sure that would be a particularly good way to go in, especially if there's anything residing inside that room. It's either the front door.
Enemies?
No, I couldn't see anyone in anyone or anything. Whether they're hidden beneath, it seems like the entrance on the north side would go down. Again, like the Red Brand Castle,
It's like a terrace.
It kind of feels like maybe. Yeah, the good shits underneath. But there are bedrooms and things, what I could see through certain windows on this top floor, but there's no front doors. It's quite a disheveled building. So it seems that underneath would be the place where shit might go down, I think.
Sounds like a plan,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just going to reboot. I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Fuck, where did he go? How did he do that?
Vanished.
Burrs just kind of starts glitching as like he's pixelated, and it's just like starts walking.
I took the red
backwards,
pill this morning.
and he's just like starts walking around in circles backwards.
Like in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Affect the
weird.
bot.
Oh,
Should we hold fire for a second while he's...
yeah, absolutely. If you want to. Everyone seems to be in grace. We've got 13 viewers. Hello, everybody. We've got
Hello, everyone.
Troy Tempest has just joined as well. Hello, Troy Tempest. So yeah.
Pock can have a short rest.
Lecky
can't-
Macon says
Yeah.
west. Yeah, never eat shredded wheat. So the main entrance on the west side, not on the east side.
West.
Yeah.
There's... Yeah.
West side.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, you guys, you wouldn't have seen it as I was moving Sean around, would you? Of course. So yeah, basically, he would tell you that, yeah, on the west side, there's some steps that go up to a platform where the main front door is, and you can't see in there. As you go round it, there's lots of different towers. I think the keep is made up of about 7 different towers, and they're all odd shapes, all different sizes and heights. It's quite bizarre of architecture. The arrow slits as you go around. I mean, you saw what was on the map, but you probably wouldn't have seen those beds because they're all above the ground, and you would have been lower down, so you wouldn't have.
Okay, sorry. I was wondering about that. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Then you found on the north side there was this what looked like the fake door with the cloth hanging around. Nothing too much exciting from the east side at the back of the castle, and then down the south side there was it was walled off, so you couldn't quite see it, but I did move you a little bit round so you could. There's basically some steps that go up to something, but you would have had to have gone right up close to the castle to see where they lead, but they do go up, which you I mean, you could have investigated.
That was... Yeah, that was where the path was going. Is that right? On the south side?
Yeah, exactly.
Up
Yeah,
those.
We're running out of wolf spunk though, weren't you?
basically.
Yeah, it was getting a bit tasty.
Yeah, so let's have
But when we do go for that entrance, we better cast that stealth thing that you've got. Otherwise,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
clumsy.
Clanging around in your heavy.
Yeah.
So Droop,
armor.
yeah, when you describe all of this and you said about how you think there might be a lower level, Droop's like, nah, not from what I remember. I've only been there once, but I never saw any lower level. But yeah, there's some barracks, and there's a dinner hall. There's a shrine as well. Yeah, there's like some kind of temple in there, and there's
Have we got anything we can poison the soup with?
I don't think you do.
We could just at least piss in it.
Yeah, maybe. Let's have a look. The shrine.
But that's a shame, isn't it, that we haven't got any poison, because that would be handy.
Unless goblins are poisonous.
So Droop's like, yeah, there's a shrine in there to our god, human gods. Rubbish. We've just got one great powerful god. He provides all our food. I mean, like the other gods exist already, but they're nothing in comparison to Maglubier. What a goblin D word that is. Maglubier or Maglubiet, maybe? I don't quite know the pronunciation. I'm just a crap goblin. Anyway, yeah, there's a shrine. Some bedrooms, a barracks. But yeah, I've personally was only there the once, came down from the crags, and then was sent down to Phandalin from there. But I did spend like a day there, but in the mess hall and in the sleeping quarters.
Would you be willing to fight against fellow goblins for us?
I, as I have said repeatedly, owe you a life debt, and goblin's honour, and he stands up all tall, like 3 foot of him, and he's like, until that debt is repaid, I am by your side, unless it seems like it's like a really bad idea, in which case maybe I might run away. But you can't blame a goblin for looking out for numero umero, really, can you?
Does that stretch to my team as well? Like, you're gonna save their life and all if they get hurt.
I won't put myself in any unwanted danger, because that would just be stupid. But I will do whatever I can do to save your life if I can, because you saved my life. And once that debt is repaid, then maybe we can rebargain the deal.
You ain't getting your shoes.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, we'll buy you a brand new pair.
Oh, these shiny ones.
Yeah, nice shiny pink ones.
With big bells on them.
Oh, bell shoes. I always want some bell shoes.
Yeah.
I can finally live out my childhood dreams as a member of the River Dance.
It's Lord of the
Lord of the Dance, yeah. Right.
Fair enough.
So presumably you're going to want to take a bit of a rest to catch your breath. You just spent 2 hours
Yes,
running around
please.
the wolf. So
His wolf form back.
yeah, so you can do that, and then you head in. So it will take you a little bit longer. Now you're all moving on foot. So I think it was. I can't bother to swap bloody screens again, but I think it's like
Yes, sure.
probably you were a couple of miles away from the forest. It was about 5 miles in, so you're probably only about 10 miles away at tops. So you can do that. Walking through the forest, it's dense. There's vines everywhere. There's, certain areas where you just can't go anywhere. And sometimes when you're walking around, like, you think there's a pathway, and then you start going, and it's almost like everything just moves, and you get turned around. But luckily, Pock, you already know the way. So even though you're not a wolf anymore, you can still go, no, it's definitely this way. And you recognise certain trees. And eventually you make it after about an hour or two of walking. So
Can I put my red cloak on?
Absolutely. You guys want to put your red cloaks on? That is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you've got your red cloaks on. Do you guys? You're more interested in the top, aren't you? So let's. You said you wanted to go to the top.
Should I?
cast it.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
That's fine.
On everybody, please.
Yeah. I'm just moving you guys
Thank you.
up there so you can see the section of the map that we're
So
discussing.
that's a +10 to stealth checks.
Cool.
Just so you know.
So if everybody could roll me a stealth check then, please, as you're moving around the edge of the forest and trying to get in there. So you all get +10. Nice.
19 plus 10 plus 3. Well, there you go. I think I'm well stealthed, don't I?
You're a ghost.
Exactly.
28.
28 as well.
Oh, what? 0
0.
What?
plus 10.
Well, I'd say you roll a 1.
We're all
No,
ghosts.
just-
James is the big boulder from Indiana Jones.
Tell you what, you wait out here. We'll be back in a bit.
The problem with Scapes is he's just so enthusiastic about doling out that justice and collecting those things. And he sees this big castle and he's like, there's no way that these people have paid their land toll tax at all. And he's just like waffling and he just forgets himself. He's just too enthusiastic about the job, And it's a good thing because not many people thoroughly enjoy their work. So you rolled a 1, then you got a -1 plus 10.
Plus 10.
That is
Is this an ability check?
yes.
Can I add guidance as a cantrip?
Yes.
Roll a d4 and add that to it, James. I just go up and it says I've got to do it with a touch, but I'm just going to slap him.
A 2.
12.
Okay, 12.
Something.
Let me just check what.
Consult your notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pop turns around and goes, shh.
So yeah, you do. I should probably roll for Dobby as well. Dobby.
Droop.
For Droop.
Basically.
He basically is, and the reason I said that is I was just reading the chat, and they've in the chat they've already made that comparison as well. Lekimakon cried at the age of 33 watching that scene with Dobby, which I shall not spoil now, to ruin the kind of element of the game and everything in the suspension of disbelief in the game for a second. The book is so much better than the film, and also fuck J.K. Rowling. But yeah, the books are so much better. Like that scene, I watched the films first before I'd ever watched the Harry Potter films. Right, read the books. I watched the film, and I didn't get it. Everyone's all like, "Oh, poor Dobby," and I was like, "Why? He's in the film for about 2 fucking minutes out of all 7 films. Like, what the fuck?" But in the book, he's such a like prominent character. After he gets freed, he moves into the school and he starts up a rebellion of all the house elves and everything, and he's working in the kitchen and getting paid by Dumbledore, and it's him that helps Harry Potter win the underwater competition, the Goblet of Fire. He gives him, so he's this really important character in the book. So when that bit happens, it is really, really sad. But in the films,
I've never guessed you're a Harry Potter fan based on the artwork behind your head.
Can you read that? Yeah. So I do.
Is that the missus or is that you?
So the artwork was actually done by my sister Gav, Hayley.
Oh really?
Yeah, she gave it to us.
Cool.
You know what? I should know this. It's just as well my wife doesn't listen to the podcast because I should know this. It was either a wedding present, a Christmas present, or an anniversary present. It was one of those. Yeah, and it does.
They got married on Christmas Day.
So basically, it's for anybody who can't see it on the little screen or anyone at home, on the back wall behind me, it is the
Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows symbol, as the A, and then it says always, and it says after all this time, and it's the Deathly Hallows, and it says.
I'd imagine
always.
It's a wedding present, but.
You know what? I really should fucking know, but
very nice. I will say that.
As long as Hayley doesn't watch your.
She won't. I'm more worried about my wife, to be honest.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that our bedroom's upstairs and she always has a go for shouting, she's probably heard all of that anyway. She'll come down and tell me off in a minute. Anyway, so back to the game. So there we go. So Droop needs to roll. He gets the +10 as well, and he rolls a total of a quite decent amount. Let's have a look. He gets a total of 30. So all of a sudden, like, he's just shuffling around, and you don't even know where he is. And for a brief second, you're really paranoid that he's just disappeared, and it's gonna fucking sound the alarm or something. And then he just pops up next to you, that shit-eating grin that he's always got. He's like, "Hey."
Like the fun.
So yeah, okay.
On you go then.
Now what? We're gonna go in. And he's all excited. It's like bloodlust in his eyes.
Yeah. Looks like we're going in.
Scapes, are we sending him in first?
Who?
Because he's your little bitch. You're Droopy.
Droop, do you mind going in first?
Yeah. Sure. With a roll of 30, it's fine. Nothing's gonna see me. We're good. So Droop scuttles off in, and then I don't know whether you're able to see that or not, because I can't remember if I've. No, he's not got a character setting, so you won't be able to see it.
If he could go in and just if he
clear
could head in, yeah. You've got
and then kill everyone in sight. That'd be great.
Can we ask him to have a quick scout around and just give us a thumbs up? You know,
if he can figure out where our first quandary is.
I'll tell him.
So basically, he runs in there, and he's gone for probably not long before he just comes back and he just peeks his head out of the curtain. And he's like, right, so basically, this is what there is in this room. There is, oh shit, where's it gone? That one, there. Area 11. Right, so basically, this tower has almost completely collapsed, although there's still a little bit of space, open space in here. There's loads of like rotting crates and ancient barrels that's like... There may have been some provisions stored here once upon a time, but I had a quick sneaky look, but they're all empty, promise. And then there's a curtain, just literally across, another curtain. I had a tiniest little sneak in there, but I didn't see anything in there. I didn't want to go in, but I couldn't see anything in there. And there's a door. I didn't want to go through the door, I'm afraid. But yeah.
Should we follow up?
You coming?
Sure. Should we move in?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's sneak
in.
Right, let me...
Are you doing this?
Yeah, I will just move that delete, and you should be able to just move yourselves in.
I shit myself. And is that Droopy?
Yeah. That's Droopy.
Okay, God.
Roll initiative.
He took his head clean off.
Goblin, you killed him. What have you done?
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I said, this is one of the towers that's crumbling away. There's a bit of floor space, but it's a quite cramped room once you're all in there. There are some barrels.
Coming.
The north wall through the canvas that you come through is all just like crumbled with of debris and stuff from the tower that's collapsed above. Then there is on sort of like the opposite that, so it would be the southwest, again all crumbling and stuff there, but next to that you can see some barrels and some crates and stuff like that, but you can see they are all empty, and there's no signs that there's been anything in there recently either. They're just empty boxes. Directly to the south, so almost directly opposite the entranceway that you came in, is that curtain that Droop mentioned, and on the east there is a door. What would you do?
Someone needs to peek behind the curtain.
I'll have a peek.
Yeah, let's Wizard of Oz this.
I'll have a peek behind the curtain.
Yes, please.
Millicent, roll me another stealth if you're going to do it sneakily.
Yarp. Is Pass Without a Trace still up?
Last an hour.
Ooh,
Whoop, whoop.
so that makes that 30.
Easy.
Nice.
What?
Okay, so you have a
No,
look.
I've just realised that. Yeah.
Go on,
I've
what have you
just done
realised?
something.
What have you noticed?
Is your,
No,
is your
I've not
piece of-
noticed anything. I've made a bit of a fuck up. Guidance is a concentration. Will you please let me cancel out James's guidance?
Yes,
Thank you.
What?
that's fine. You would have known that, and you would have known you would have to have lost the other one. So we'll just retcon
Yeah.
that and say that you didn't give James the guidance on the stealth check. So we're back to James's initial 10. However,
Sorry,
even with a 10, nothing seems to have taken any notice of you guys.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. I'll bear that in
Where's
mind.
Bert? Is he inside?
I'm in here, yeah. Yeah, well.
I think it's probably just underneath one of yours.
I'm behind Pock.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe I'm underneath Millicent.
Yeah,
Who,
Millicent has
Anyway.
gone forward to peek behind this curtain. I did remove the thing, so you should be able to see what's in there. So basically, you can peek behind the curtain and you can see some more curtains directly opposite, which you shouldn't be able to see past. Let me just.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
So let me just squiggle that. Oh no! Don't draw a shape, you penis. 9.
Is there just one other door to the
East.
to the east? Thank you.
That's the one. Come on,
Oh, fuck off! I hate Roll20. I can't wait until we can play.
it gives us many hours of joy as well.
Dynamic.
We'll pretend we can't see the extra bit.
Yeah.
Line. Burp.
If everyone could get a Sharpie and just colour it in on the screen.
Yeah. There we go. It's gone.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
There we go. Not that it matters anyway, because basically there's another corridor that you couldn't see anything there anyway. So basically, you've seen it all now anyway. There's you opposite. So there's from what you can see from where you are at, it looks like another little corridor. Can't see anything in there. Do you want to investigate? Feel free to move yourself through if you do.
I want to move in to that corridor.
Yeah.
Just literally one square.
Mhm.
And just basically stay quiet for a second and see if I hear any voices.
Perception.
Okay. Not amazing. 12.
Not anything really from where you're at. You can hear. So yeah, you can hear. So from behind the curtain, very very quietly, but it doesn't sound like it's directly behind that curtain, because basically behind that curtain is the same room, and if you'd be able to hear it, so it sounds almost like it's coming through a wall from somewhere.
Okay. So nothing in like the immediate vicinity.
Nothing in the immediate vicinity.
Oh, I can
Can
tell. So
I-
I'll go back to them and just let them know.
That's fine.
Basically way up ahead maybe there's enemies, but nothing in the next room.
Can we
And there's
put
a
an ear
door.
to this other door? Yeah.
I'm putting ear to the door.
Sorry, did you say there's a door in the other through the curtain?
I think I saw a door there, yeah.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
On the west side of that room.
west
And a
side.
curtain opposite. West
Should we-
side?
I'm going to put an ear to the other door.
Well then.
Go on then.
Just literally in real life. Isn't it this weird game, isn't it? We all just describe exactly what we're doing as we're doing it. But what a few on jitters.
It's east. Never eat shredded wheat.
Never eat shredded wheat. East door. I'd like to just have a little listen, please.
Roll me a perception.
5 plus 3, 8.
You don't hear anything. It's you can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything through it, guys.
What sort of door is it?
Doors. It's a wooden door with reinforced iron banding. It's a standard door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So general kind of let's give you like a general kind of guide of what the general building looks like, which you can remember. So basically, ceilings are 15 feet high unless I tell you otherwise. Interior doors are made of wood, reinforced with iron bands. They have no locks or keyholes. All right. The floors are cracked and uneven flagstones conceal a dirt floor underneath. So like through some of the cracks in the floor, you can see just dirt underneath. There is a small amount of natural light filters through arrow slits and things like that around the castle. So during the day, this provides dim light in most areas. So it is only dimly lit, if that means anything to you. Okay. Exterior walls are all load-bearing. Interior walls, you don't know how thick they are. There we go. All of the arrow slits are back to the outside. All of the arrow slits in the castle walls are 10 feet above the outside ground level. So yeah, you would not have been able to have seen any of the beds and stuff inside earlier on.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter too much.
I would like to check that door for traps.
Roll me. I never know if it's perception or investigation. I think it's perception if you're looking for stuff. Generally, and investigation is more like when you're rummaging, I think.
Okie doke. Perception. 15 plus 3, 18.
You do not find any traps.
Good stuff. Do we want to go through that?
I was going to speak to Droopy first and ask him, like, does he know? Do you know where the leader's headquarters would be in this place? You said you've been here before.
I have only been in the barracks, which is just at the front, and in the mess hall, which is just at the front. Honest with you, no idea where this room is that we are right now. I've never been in here before. I've never been in that corridor before. I've never been, as far as I'm aware, on the other side of that door before. One would presume that he's probably made himself. He's a king, King Grohl. He's probably in the back
King
room.
of the Hill. I would say that if we were to follow this round through the curtain and then head west, we head to where he's just described, the front of the building, the dinner hall. So maybe there's not much going on that way.
I reckon we'll go through this door.
Through the door.
Sounds like a plan.
If we can take down the leader before he's able to call for any backup, that's probably a good idea. Isn't it?
We can use his head to scare everyone else off. Like we just mount his head on a spike. Carry that.
I'm not sure we need to go that far, but okay.
Do we have we got any correspondence? Or if we are discovered as red brands, have we got any items on us that could back up our red brandness? We've got a scroll.
Plus one longsword.
We've got the longsword.
I think we just need to be convincing.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we will have an opportunity, really.
I can be intimidating. I can pretend to be the new guy down
staff
in,
point 2.
Yeah, the new guy down in Fandolin.
Well, I think our story, if we have one dressed as red brands, is that we are looking for Glassstaff because of the kerfuffle that happened.
We come with news,
Yeah, we come with news, and an ultimatum.
And then the news will be on the end of your sword.
Yeah.
With a +1.
Here's the news. Yeah.
Start spreading said news.
Might work.
Should we take the doorway?
Through the door?
Through the door.
Going through the door. Cool. Right. Let me just remove the old thingy-majiggy. Hopefully this one will be easier to do. Delete. There you go. Through the door, yeah?
Yeah.
Send Burr in first.
Okay, so you go through
Oh,
the
no,
door.
okay.
Bit of a funny-shaped corridor. Looks a bit like one of those awkward Tetris pieces that looks like stairs. So directly opposite you in that room is another door. As you go up, it opens up into a square about 10 feet by 20 feet, and then just to the south you can see another curtain, which I'm hoping
Simultaneous
you can't see through.
curtain and door checks.
Yeah.
How
you
are
I'll
you
do the
doing
curtain.
this right now? Are you being stealthy?
Very, very sneaky, peeking
And I
around the
would
curtain.
like stealth checks from everybody again, please. Bearing in mind you still have that plus 10.
Yay. Can't be as bad as last time. should it?
Plus 10, 22 plus 3, 25.
Nice.
16.
Is that with disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
with disadvantage.
Just good. What was
That's me.
next person?
23.
23. And Millicent?
27.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Right, so as I say, you're in this weird kind of room with two little offshoots. To the west is where you came from. To the east, there's a door. To the south, there's a curtain.
Can we get our goblin in here, please? I can't control him.
You should be able to.
Well, I can't. It's not my fault.
Sort your
More
goblin
people
out.
don't
Unless it's
You
something to
said-
do with the fact that maybe you just can't
Jesus.
control more than one piece. But I have set it so that you can control him. But never mind. Just tell me where you want him to put it. Well, and that's easy.
I'm peeking a tiny piece of the curtain and just having a little eye through.
Okay. What was your stealth?
23.
Nice. Okay. Roll me perception.
$17.
Okay. Okay, so you have a little peek, and basically stood in that room, you notice something that maybe you're not quite so familiar with. Looks kind of like a goblin. It's not a bugbear, not quite as big as a bugbear, but wearing quite heavy armour, and it's big. Goblins are like 3 foot. This one is like maybe 5 feet tall.
Is that the governor?
It's a
Is that Hobgoblin?
It's a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Let me just meh. And then right, cool. GM overlay, select, and then Control Shift O to move to the object layer. There we go.
Oh dear.
It has not noticed you yet. What
Oh,
you
shit.
do?
There's something next to him as well.
I'm gonna turn and face everyone.
It's talking, so you can tell. Do you speak Goblin? Do any of you speak Goblin? Droop would tell you. Anyway.
I don't think I don't know common and dwarvish.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So basically, he's talking to someone else in Goblin about how fucking boring it is, and they can't wait to fight. You know, to basically crack on and do something exciting. You know, why have we come all the way down here? You know, this castle is just you know, it's meant to be this great kind of launching pad. And, you know, but like, fuck me, it's boring. Can't wait till it's my turn to go out on patrol. You know, stuff like that.
I think. Can we send Droop in there and say that he's had orders from up high and they need to go on patrol?
No.
I think we should just sneak past them and go straight into the next room because that looks like the barracks to me.
Mm.
It might get rid of him
barracks
out
on
of
the
the
west side,
castle at
though.
least.
We know the barracks is on the west side.
Oh,
I think, don't we? I thought that's what we said.
it looks
Yeah,
like I can see 4 beds in there.
The barracks and the
Or
hall.
perhaps we're talking about the sort of division of the stronger enemies. You know what I mean? Like the little shitty goblins are at the front. These are sort of slightly better dudes, generals.
I've obviously, gone back to the guys and did the international mime for Hobgoblin.
How many
that
people in the
they
room?
instantly recognise. Sounds like
Okay.
Bog, Hobgoblin, all of that business.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Turn into Lionel Blair.
Brilliant miming that you just did there, Sean. But and some of the people on the stream might have seen that. There's 15 people watching, so 15 people have seen that.
Wow, that's
But
pretty good.
for the podcast listeners, they have no idea. He was basically trying to. I don't even know what he was doing, but yeah.
I'm gonna minor illusion in my hand a picture of a hobgoblin.
That'll work.
With times 2 above it. There we go.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice. Cool.
We don't think we can get Droop in there to get him to fuck off now.
I think for now, whilst we've got an hour of stealthiness, I think we should use it. We can always. I think if we can see as much as we can under our stealth, I think we should. Once that runs out, then let's fuck shit up.
So go and come back. Okay. So go and then come back and send Droop in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should. While we've got a +10 stealth, let's have a look around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this door that Burr's next to. Did you detect anything off that? Or have you not done that yet?
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. We've been dealing with the character. So you were listening by that door. Roll me perception.
Roll a perception.
I do like the sending Droop in though.
I do, yeah. But while you've got that spell up, it might be worth using it.
15 for perception.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're right next to it, and the voices in there are being quite loud. You hear in common, quite a heated conversation. One person who sounds a deal is a deal. You promised us the map. We have the money, and you shall deliver the map as agreed. And then the other voice is really gruff and sounds more goblin-y, but it is in common. And it's like, well, possession is 9/10 of the law. Right now, I've got the map. It's my property. If you want it, well, we've had some difficulty. I lost an entire platoon of forces trying to stop this group for you. And therefore, the price has gone up.
Right, that sounds like Glassstaff's around there somewhere, and
Glassstaff and the Black Spider.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I think Glassstaff and can grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can get a jump on them.
Shit.
I can make some pretty weird shit happen in that room right now if you want me to.
Do you have to have line of sight though to do things like that?
I'm having a look now.
Hey.
Oh, guys, what do we do?
If we can distract them and then come up behind them and just whack them.
Run away.
Whack them.
I mean, if we make any noise in the room to the east, the people in the room to the south are going to notice straight away and come running.
Yeah.
We're in a shitty place. And I don't know if there's
now
another way.
The lay of the land. Well, we could do our plan. We could try and get Droop to take out the southern two.
Yeah.
Burr's plan.
That might be an idea now.
Yeah.
The only thing is,
that,
which way are those guys going to come out of the room? Are they going to come out of the room?
Well, we asked. Did we see? I know you only picture her eye around the corner. But in that moment, did you see if there was another exit of that room?
I know from the perimeter check that below that room, I can kind of maybe calculate that there was a door and some stairs and a path, another entrance, so they could leave.
If you come out to them through the curtain, they're going to think you've come from the leaders' quarters. So you can say you've got news from the leaders that there's enemies round the other side, and then he can lead them out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he can try.
Well, yeah, it's an idea.
Yeah.
Either that, or we head back outside and see if there's any more vantage points into the room with King Groll and Glassstaff from the east side of the building.
See, I like where we are.
Okay, so I am just going to give you a little bit of a reminder that there is just a curtain with a hobgoblin and maybe more, and there's a certain little point where I'm going to have to draw the line of how much is out of character and how much you're making plans in character. So you need to bear in mind that you can't really be having a full-blown conversation. Of course, there's nothing to stop you with that in mind. Just go, you know what, let's go back to that other room and have this conversation.
Well, I think about it this way, I think we wouldn't be able to tell Droopy what to do right where we're standing anyway.
So let's move back out.
I'm back in, I've gone.
Yeah, we're moving back out.
I gave it some time because I thought, the thing is, we're a new group and there's nothing wrong with having an out-of-character conversation to make plans and stuff. But when you start talking about what you're going to do in regards to Droop and stuff, it becomes more in character.
Yeah.
I love just the idea of 10 enemies walking into a room of people just talking to each other. Going, right, you go this way.
You did roll incredibly well in all of your
behind a curtain.
Brilliant.
Before we do that, I kind of want to check where Millicent, through the curtain.
There's nothing in that room, so if you want to go ahead and
connected to this room.
Connected
to the. I mean, that's why I'm saying. If we
is that a dog leg type room?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. And maybe if we send Droop through the main entrance, like the entrance that comes from the leaders' hall, it might make him more believable. And then they can run out here, run out north, while we hide in this little bit to the east that we just came from.
Yeah, I think I concur.
You know what I mean? So we'd kind of all go here, then Droop would go down here and go, snarf, new orders from the leaders. We got to go this way. Come on, quick. Snarf, all the way up and out.
Shall we move here, and then either way they leave, we won't be seen.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, but
good idea. We'll be behind a curtain then.
Come through that room. I got a feeling they're going to come that way.
I think we're better off just being outside of this curtain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What, down here?
Just straight up outside.
Okay.
Oh, so I didn't see that.
If we're outside and they run outside.
Yeah. Which way are they going to go?
Well, I mean,
what I'm saying is, if we go here, we're protected eye line above and below, and we can at least make a choice.
I thought we were assuming that this was the same room
as the one with the big.
No, I think there's a room between those things. From what I could see, it went round the corner, but not far enough to kind of get over here. It seemed to sort of end about here.
Okay.
I think there's something else between. Going by what you see through this curtain. And
but at the end of the day, we can't predict which way they're going to go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be convincing enough to be like, follow me. Like, he could try. I don't necessarily know that's going to work. Let's just get him on the move, see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Let's do it and hide.
Yeah.
Which way are we going? Behind the curtain?
We hide in some boxes.
I'm hiding here. Yeah. I'm getting in between these barrels and boxes.
I might hide here.
Okay.
I
don't know really what we're.
Now I'm a bit confused.
What are you talking about hiding in boxes for? I'm confused myself. You've gone from going through a.
I'm going to go here, and I'm going to hide behind the curtain.
You're hiding. So you've gone. You are going through to. So you've.
I'm going to stay there. Yeah.
Right. So you've gone back into the original entrance room. Then you've gone south through to the other. Through the first curtain into the other corridor. So you can see.
That's where I'm going.
You can see from there if you move forward, it's an empty corridor. To your west is a door, to your east is a door, and then to the south is that initial second curtain, which we were mucking around with the settings on it. So again, this corridor is fairly choked with rubble around, but to try and climb, it's more like the rubble. Like I said before, it's the towers are crumbled down, and the ceiling from above is crumbled down. Like it doesn't, you wouldn't be able to climb over it at all, or anything like that.
Right. Okay. It seems that there is a door in front of me here, so that could go to the room that those bugbears are in.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh fuck. Yeah. Okay.
So as long as Droop can take him the other way.
Take him up and out the secret entrance. Would they use the secret entrance?
As long as he says there's As long as we tell him to say
I
there's people that way.
I thought if he emerges from the secret entrance, then he looks like he's come from the leader's chambers. Yeah. And then they're probably going to flee out the other entrance, which is this way.
Down the bottom.
That's why I was thinking we should have hid in the antechamber sort of area, the weird Tetris room. Because they're like, you see what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Am I making sense?
Yeah. They would go through a door, not a secret flap, wouldn't they?
So they'd kind of like, we'd all
change your plan.
Change the plan. Where are we going? Back up to the Tetris room. Okay, I'm following.
Right, before we do anything,
go for it.
Can I?
Droop's like, come on, guys. Yeah, I've seen you guys.
Make up your mind.
We can do it. Let's just slit their throats, just storm in there. We can do it.
So I was just going to say, Droop, do you understand the plan? But
no, I don't. What's your plan? No,
I don't think we even understand the plan.
The plan, Droop, is we're going to all go into the antechamber. Then you're going to burst out of the curtain like you've come from the bosses and be like, the bosses have told us there's enemies in the woods. We've got to go out on the patrol.
Woods to the south. Woods to the south.
If you can, lose them in the woods and then come find us.
Okay. Sure.
Good luck.
We can certainly try the bosses.
If not, let's have like Burr right next to the curtain.
It doesn't.
Yeah, 8 times before they do move if we need to.
But
he doesn't have to go with them. He can just tell them that the orders have been placed.
Right. Can you roll me a persuasion?
I can roll in intimidation.
Who wants to roll persuasion? What? I got a +5 for persuasion.
Listen, I've had enough of your shit.
I think it's going to need to be
It's going to be scapes. It's going to be scapes, isn't it? Yeah.
I just rolled 5 on investigation. I rolled investigation. That was wrong anyway.
Well, yeah. So you rolled a 1 plus 4 for investigation. So if you rolled a 1, what's your plus on persuasion?
4.
So it's the same.
Oh no, on intimidation.
Oh, intimidation. What's your plus on the intimidation? 4. So it's the same. It's a 5. Yeah, I'm happy for it to be an intimidation rather than a persuasion. That's fine. He's like, remember the whole bit about me not really wanting to put myself in harm's way. I don't mind running up and stabbing someone in the back, like if they're fighting you. But
if this works,
going off on my own.
If this works, we'll give you one of your shoes back.
Let's just one of my shoes. Nah, like
both
I'm
of your shoes.
I'm starting
then.
to get some calluses building up. I'm all right. Don't need shoes. But
So after all that,
let me just
anyway.
let's look. Here's the thing, right? Okay, I appreciate that you as players have come up with an idea and it's really cool. But as I say, don't really want to put myself in harm's way. If here's some holes in your plan, right? First, why would I be coming in through the sneaky way and not through the main door at the front? And then 2, who are the bosses? And 3, what if that's their station? You know, what if it's a case of their order is, no, you stay here and you guard no matter what, and then they don't go anywhere, and then what do I do? I think that really, because you rolled so badly, I'm going to give you the devil's advocate argument on why this is maybe not such a great plan. Had you rolled a little bit better, I'd have gone for it.
Droop is too sick to do it. That's fine.
Balls out the bath.
That's why we're brave. So I say we go to the curtain, let Burr have at them, and just go and kick their heads in.
Let's just go straight into the people we came here for.
I think you've got a couple of options, right? So I don't really know the back of this place, right? But here we go, right? You've got a corridor just down there to the south, which seems empty, and then another curtain. There's 2 doors. The door in the east seems to me like we've got a curtain. Let's try and make this as accurate as possible for the podcast. This is. It seems like there's 2 entrances, which appear as though they probably go into the same room. So you could just set up a sneak attack and pincer into that room if you want to take out these hobgoblins. You've currently got this fancy druid spell going on, which means you could try and sneak around the rest of this castle and get a better lay of the land if you wanted to take advantage of that. Alternatively, you could try and do some kind of Navy SEAL mission and burst straight through the door in the east where you heard the Nazi sounding guy and King Groll talking, and hope that you can just get in there, do your business and get out before anybody else notices. I would say that that's kind of your options. But we've currently got perfect situation to set up a surprise attack on both the hobgoblins and whoever is behind that door, or you can sneak somewhere else in this place. It's kind of really up to you guys what you want to do though, because I'm just the GM.
The goblin.
Yeah.
The goblin master.
I reckon we just go and kick these. Go and try and take all glass stuff and his mate.
Yeah, I think if we create too much noise with the hobgoblins,
They could come and do us in the back, yeah. So maybe taking them out first, quickly, quietly, might be the best option.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
So, who's if we head to the bottom of the room the hobgoblins are in,
I think
distract them with our red brandness, and then someone's behind the curtain to slit some throats.
I think that you still all rolled well enough on our sneak rolls that you're going to get a surprise round. So it's just setting up the ambush. Now, in regards to me going in first, not a bad idea, but I think perhaps going through the front door rather than the back door, which is the door that they're guarding. They might be a bit confused why they're guarding that door and then someone's coming through the behind. Doesn't make much sense.
Well,
so
should I come in the front?
Perhaps, if you want me to go in, if I was to just open the front door, stick my head in and go, oh, we're under attack, and then run away, maybe if we roll well enough on our persuasion or deception rolls, then they will follow me, and then you can set up like a kind of pincer attack in this corridor as they run in here, and then maybe like couple of people can hang around in this room in the middle where they might follow me into, and then a couple other people could then go through the back through the curtain and get them from behind. Perhaps rather than hiding it in a barrel like Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, I'm really glad to sell your shoes now.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I like that. I like standing behind the door with my sword ready.
Just to clarify, this is the front door when we're referring to front door.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
the secret curtain is
one behind the curtain.
Well, definitely Burr should be that way because
Droop entering down here.
Yeah.
If that goes fuck up and they're not convinced by Droop, we've got the attack from up here still.
Yeah, and then we can still run in through.
Two of us in wait here, one of us in wait here.
I'll stay in this room because I want the range.
And the other thing as well, there's another curtain in this corridor. So perhaps somebody could stand behind that curtain. Someone could stand behind this wall. And then I'll get to this door, open it, go, we're under attack, and then run away. And behind the curtain, they'll run and follow me. And then they've got, all of a sudden, been attacked from either side here. Whilst the other two then run through the curtain by Groll's room and then come up behind him through that door. Does that make a bit more sense?
And that, listeners, is how you get your DM to plan your attack for you.
Well, the thing is that in all fairness, we've been sat here for 30 minutes talking about how we're going to take out these hobgoblins.
We would have been dead.
We
We should be dead.
So,
I think I should stand here because I'm a bottleneck. So if there's ranged people,
here's the plan.
I need space if I wild shape, so I'm gonna stay in the biggest room. I think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should stand there then.
I'm going over here.
I mean, you've got smaller shapes. You don't necessarily have to turn into the dire wolf or the bear. You could turn into a normal wolf. Not quite as tasty, but it would only take up a medium space.
Pock, if you go here, you can be in big shape because there's 4 there. Like if Millicent is behind that curtain there.
The thing is, so if you could hide down because you're little as a gnome, you could try and hide down in that rubble. I would allow that because you're very small. And because ultimately all they've got to do is run through, and then you go boof, and you could pop up.
Yeah, I can do it.
And that way it blocks that door so they can't run away. But then you want to have, if you're going to do that, you're probably better to have scapes come up the rear to block off their escape backwards.
Well, so maybe I should go behind that curtain.
So I would say that Scapes goes back into that original corridor where you were listening when you first found out what was there. So when you've got where Burr is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's yeah. So if you were to wait there, that would be my suggestion. And then one person, Millicent, maybe behind this other curtain to the south.
Yep.
Droop can then
ranged attacks.
Yeah. Maybe Burr can then wait kind of here in that room behind the wall, and then Scape can just come up and block the door behind them when they leave. If it works. There will be some dice rolls. Let's find out how that plan goes after the break.
Finally.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to take... we've got 16 viewers. There's been some cool chat in there. People, yeah, there's a lot to go through. Thanks everyone's with us. 16 people, so a couple of you have just joined us just as we're going on the break. So thanks for joining us, but sorry that you've joined at the wrong time. Please hang around for like 10 minutes. We're going to have a wee, get a drink, come back. Hopefully we'll be faster than that. But otherwise, Lecky Macon was again great with some advice. He was questioning the whole talking behind this curtain. So I have been chatting as well in the chat, and basically what I said was, you've got the pass without a trace, you rolled exceptionally well on your stealth, so I allowed it for a short amount of time before I stepped in and then said so yes, cool. And they've been talking about, they laughed because when I did my absolute best Nazi impersonation for one of the voices, so they were laughing about that. Someone made a comment about was it Nazi or Count Chocula. So it's great that people are engaged with us. We really do appreciate it, guys. We're going to go on a break, so while you're waiting, do us a favour, man, drop us a review. You've got nothing else to do for the next 10 minutes while you're waiting. Go on iTunes or go on Podcast Addict and drop us a review. Go on YouTube, and give us some love or something, guys, because why the fuck not? I'm a dirty whore and I'm begging you. Right.
That's it, man. Just put it out there.
This is it. Put it out there. Right, guys. I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right.
I'll see you later.
Hello, we're back from our break.
Hey.
Joe,
we're ready.
We're the D&D show. If you're listening to the podcast, this is part 2. We are the D&D show. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we're the D&D show. Thanks for holding on. We've still got 12 viewers. I think it did drop down, but some people have come back, which is fantastic. Cool. So it's cool. So a very, very, very quick catch-up of where we're at so far. Our intrepid heroes have managed to track down, finally, Cragmaw Castle, which was the only lead they had on where possibly their benefactor, Gungeon Rockseeker, was held captive. They've managed to sneak in through a hidden entrance around the back where they've kind of just been making a plan. They found a room which has got some hobgoblins in, and they found another room which they believe has got the king of the Cragmaw tribe in, and another person whose voice they did not recognise. However, you've theorised that it is either Glassstaff or possibly even, one may hope, the Black Spider himself. So you've talked about what to do with that. You decided that you don't want to just burst into that room because then you might get attacked in the rear by these hobgoblins. So you've set up a surprise kind of attack. You're going to try and trick the hobgoblins into running into into an ambush so that you can quickly and efficiently take them out and then get in there to the other room without being bothered. So far you haven't explored any of the rest of the castle. You've been really good. Pock cast Pass Without a Trace, so you've been nailing those stealth rolls with a +10. Yeah, and that's pretty much where we're at. So let's get going. So here we are. So we decided that your NPC companion, Droop, the goblin, who owes you guys, or more specifically, he thinks he owes Scapes a life debt because he's the most scary looking. You've managed to convince him to basically burst into the room, shout for help because they're under attack, and then run away and hope that the hobgoblins bite and charge in, at which point you're going to spring an attack. We were discussing Scapes then running in through the back to block off their escape from the rear. I believe you're happy to go ahead with that plan.
We are.
Super.
Sounds
okay.
good.
Right. So Droop is visibly really nervous, and he's like, oh, he gets to the door, and he's like, and he's like sucking down, he slaps himself in the face. He's like, okay, come on in, Droop, we can do this. Right, 1, 2, oh no, okay,
Kick him through it.
and it's like, right, okay, come on, Droop, you can do it. Oh, okay, Maglabuye, give me strength. And he just pushes open the door, slams it open, and he's like, quick, we're under attack, those adventurers, they're here. And then he runs like you've never seen him, and he just runs back and just pushes past Bert back into that initial room behind the curtain. Everybody roll initiative.
Excellent.
17 plus
Give you a little round of applause there, Luke. That was wicked.
Thank you.
6.
So 14.
Right, I just need to delete last week's initiative here. I could have done that on the break, sorry. Remove all turns, clear, and then if I add a turn here, we should be able to, boom. So everybody can just add your initiative in on that, and you're going to get a surprise round.
Whatever, 12, 14.
And then 1 for Droop. Oh, fucking hell, Droop rolls a 19 on his initiative. Maglabuye is clearly on his side. It's a good omen.
Fuck's sake, why is that not taking?
Did you roll 0, Bert?
No, I rolled 23, but it wasn't for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
What's your...
It's not letting.
I'll do it, 23.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, got it.
so we've got 9 and 11 for the Hobgoblin, Scapes on a 3, Bear on a 23, Millicent on an 8, Droop on a 19, and Sean on a 14. So you do get a, let's have it in descending order. So basically, with a surprise round, it is round 1. It's not round 0. It's not a free round. It counts as round 1. So everybody will have a turn apart from those people that are surprised. Okay. Burr, you're up first, hidden behind that wall. So I assume you're gonna ready an action for when a Hobgoblin comes in front. Pock was talking about how he's going to try and cast a spell. So did you want to be like, oh, I'm going to wait?
I would like... Yeah, I will ready that until they are both in the room.
Okay.
I want to ready Entangle.
Right, okay. You can certainly do that. Let me just make some changes to your character token very quickly.
Have you got Chewbacca there with you?
Yeah, my dog's playing in the background. Yeah. Okay, there we go, and this is Droop. Yeah, my dog's playing in the background. Oh, and she's eating some food. There we go. So I'm going to hear some crunching going on as well. For the first half of the game, we had a washing machine in the background, and now we've got a dog. Cool. Right, so yeah, so Burr, you're going to ready... I'm going to assume that you're going to wait until these Hobgoblins run into the room. Did you want to, as soon as you see one make an attack, or did you want to wait until Pock has done his Entangle spell first?
I will. I think I'll take an attack straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the trigger for an attack? As soon as they run in, or after the Entangle spell? Sorry, I was.
As soon as they're running.
As soon as they're running, cool.
Yeah.
Droop is basically use his turn to knock on the door and then run away. Pock, you're gonna
just knock down Ginger.
You're gonna
cast knock down Ginger.
Yeah, basically you're readying. I need to remove the. Let's move you over there, and then. Dynamic lighting. This door is now open, so you can see in there. Where were we? Pock. Yeah, so Pock, you're going to ready the Entangle spell for when they burst into the room?
Yeah, I'd like both of them to be in the room before it goes.
Okay, that's fine. So Hobgoblin 1, let's roll some dice. Hobgoblin 2, they're both up together. Yeah, both rolled under 10. So I am going to allow this fantastic plan that you guys came up with. So
Yay.
yeah, so they're like, oh, quick! Goblin, goblin, goblin. And the first one runs into the room, and you guys are all stealthed up. So he runs in and gets there. The second one then will run into the room. Spell goes off. So is it a saving throw?
Yes. So it's a 20-foot square, point of my choosing.
Okay.
A creature in the area must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants until the spell ends.
A strength saving throw. What's my target? What's my DC?
You are looking at DC 13.
Okay.
Not that great.
Not that great, but you're still only low level, level 3. So that will go up as you level up. So we've got 1 fail and 1 success.
Okay.
So we'll say the first one is the one that failed. He ran straight into it. So he is entangled. And the second one succeeded. Does it do anything else? Any damage inflicted?
No, that is it. On a success, it frees itself. For the duration, they turn the ground into difficult terrain.
Okay, so the whole ground is a difficult terrain. It's a 20-foot square, so presumably you wanted to put it so that...
far away from all of us.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Around the edges.
So that's fine. Dog, get down.
That also ends pass without a trace because it's concentration.
Yeah.
For 1 minute.
Okay, let me just go... So you would have wanted to have done it... Sorry, let me just delete that because that was wrong. Oh no! Don't do that, Luke. Shitting hell. Let's send a map to the back.
What's happened?
Yeah, Right, delete. Right, go back. Jaw shape. We want you to be clear, transparent. Let's try that again. Alright, the map's wonky. Boom.
Yeah.
Jaw shape. Let's try that again. There we go. So 20-foot square is basically...
It says it starts from a point where I choose. So yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
so that we can move around the outside.
Exactly, that's what I figured.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Okay. All right, cool.
And I have bonus action.
Well, just before you do that, because you wanted to do that, but also Burr wanted to attack as soon as he saw one, and I forgot. So Burr can make an attack as well on that first one that he saw.
Q. So I'm going to shoot at him. Actually, no, I'm going to run up. I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
So up, attack.
So you can have advantage on the roll because you were stealthed up.
Okay, so I'll roll 2. Yeah.
Take the higher result.
12. And
12 total or 12 plus?
No, 12 plus.
So
12 plus 5. 1d8.
12 plus 5 is 17. So that is a miss, unfortunately. These guys are run out with a shield in hand and they are heavily armoured and chainmail.
Ooh, that's tough.
Shit.
But I do a second attack, yeah?
Then you can use your bonus action.
My sneak attack.
Technically, you can't because you readied an
Because
attack.
I've missed.
So when you ready, so you would normally, but when you ready an attack, you can only ready one action. You can't ready an action and a bonus action, unfortunately.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you miss. Yeah. Next up in the initiative then is Millicent, who is hidden behind a curtain.
No.
Well, we can say that because the whole hide behind the curtain thing is for flavour, so you just rip the curtain back and you're there.
So I can judge that. Can I tell that the entanglement spell, if it's like a permanent thing or if it's just slowed them down?
I think you would know because you talked about a little plan before, and so I'm sure Pock would have said, "Right, I'll do this," and it lasts for concentration, but they might break out of it.
Okay.
It's they can use their action to make a strength check against the save.
Okay.
No, is that
I'm just gonna take a hit at the one in front of me if that's cool, because I'm within range, aren't I?
Yep.
I can just move the curtain back and have a swing.
Just absolutely.
So, short sword. 12.
Total.
Yeah.
It's a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
fuck?
Did you roll with advantage?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're an unseen attack. It was a stealth. It was a surprise roll again.
17.
17 total.
Yes.
Oh, unfortunately, that's the same as Burr. It's a miss.
Wow.
Right. So Scapes, what was your plan? Did you want to run up behind him, or did you want to? Just...
I'm feeling. See, if I get a movement, an action, and a bonus action.
You do, yeah.
So I'm just better off running up and hitting one of them.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that when you made the plan in the first half, Sean hadn't said about casting this spell, so assuming.
Well, no, we didn't realise that it would work.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I was quite surprised, to be fair.
So I'm happy for you to reposition yourself, maybe.
All right. Well,
behind.
can I move 10 foot so I can see what's going on?
Yeah.
Right, just to start. Oh, I see. I can't really. Okay, so if I move,
you can get past Burr.
All right. Can I move here then?
You can, yeah.
All right, then I'd
you
like
don't
to
need
use...
to necessarily move there, though. Because if you did move there, you'd be blocking Pock. You could
right.
be in the square behind
so...
and still be adjacent enough to fight.
Cool.
Be happy with that.
Okay, then. And can I use my bonus action first?
Yeah, you can use them in any order.
Okay, well, I'd like to use my channel divinity to cast Vow of Enmity against this guy here.
Okay.
And
what does that do?
That does, as a bonus action, you can utter Vow of Enmity against a creature you see within 10 feet of you using channel divinity.
Okay.
You gain advantage on attack rolls against this creature for 1 minute.
Cool.
Right.
Let's swing. Bada, bada, bada.
Okay, so then I'm going to try and hit him.
With your +1 longsword that you found.
25 or 24.
Yeah, so it was a 19 that you would have rolled there. So, I mean, or an 18.
But I've only got
+1/+6, yes. But still, that's a nice hit. Lovely. I'm loving it. You do 8 points of damage, and he doesn't like it at all. Still standing, though. He kind of manages to just lift his shield up so that you don't just chop off his head, but he bashes his shield down, and you can see his arm looks incredibly weak from the force of it, and he's proper staggered by it.
Nice.
Another hit like that, and he'll be done for.
Yes. Crack him.
Okay, and that's the surprise round dealt with, unfortunately. Burr, you're up.
Well, so I shall attack him again.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have anything to buffer that. Really. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. 4.
Just a 4.
Yeah, but it ain't even going to hit him, even with a plus whatever it is, 5.
That's a miss, unfortunately. You can now make that bonus attack with your other sword.
So, sneak attack. 7. That ain't going to hit either.
No, you miss, unfortunately. It's just, you know, like, I don't know, in the confusion, maybe you weren't quite expecting the entanglement spell. Scapes has run it in, hit him, where there was an opening before, Scapes managed to bust his shield and knock his shield down just at the same time as you were swinging, and you just can't get through. You've used your bonus action, so you've still got a movement, but if you move, you will incur an attack of opportunity, or you're just going to stay put.
No, I'm going to stay put.
Okay.
Droop.
Yep. Dealing with Droop. Okay. Right, Pock. What are you doing, sir? You don't have the space to turn into a large creature anymore, but if you wanted to, you could turn into like a wolf or I think there's a smaller bear. Is it?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Oh, you should. Oh, I'm sorry.
You've still got other options. There's a normal wolf. I think there's a smaller bear. I can't remember if I think it's the black bear, which is only small.
Black bear, yeah. It's the multi-tack that I'm
Can you
interested
take a
in.
bonus action to push me out of the way?
No.
I'm just trying to figure out what my plus is to hit. Okay, let's go black bear then, which is a medium beast.
Okay, yes, I still only take up the 1 square.
And then I'll use my bear multi-attack on Entangled Man.
Okay.
And that concentration still holds as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So you get
right.
Entanglement. Read the entanglement spell for me quickly.
Vines and blah blah blah. 20-foot square. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain. Creature in the area, when you cast a spell, must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
So it gives in
when the spell ends.
Restrained condition. I think you get advantage.
It doesn't. I did have a check for that. It doesn't say.
Burr would have. So a restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Also have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So sorry, Burr. You should have had advantage on your 2 attacks. You want to roll again for them?
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Just retcon that.
A 5.
So it was still a miss, and then the second attack.
17 plus 5.
So your second attack was a hit. So that's with the short sword. So it's a D6, but you don't get to add on the ability modifier to the damage. But you do get to do sneak attack damage.
That's my 2d6 then, yeah?
So basically it's 3d6 damage.
3d6. Okay.
Right.
3d6 there it is. So 1 is a 6, a 2, and a 1. 9.
Okay, so you would. That's fine. So 9 points of damage wouldn't have killed it.
Okay.
But then Scapes came in and
finished it off.
No, because Scapes went before you. Yeah, so Scapes hit it. Yeah, so Scapes hit it, and then you did manage to kill it. Yeah, boom. So you did kill him. You did kill it. Sorry, I forgot. It's my bad.
It's all right. I gutted it. I completely opened it up, spilled its guts everywhere. I ate its heart.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so then Pock, you just turned into.
I'm unsure now.
The Nat30s have just joined. Hello, Nat30s. I believe they're another streaming service or podcast. I think their description is they're all players who are over 30, I think. We follow each other on Twitter. They seem like a great group. They're on my list of people to listen to. So thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Pock, what are you up to?
Let's go. Let's not fuck around. I need to be within 5 foot. So will my entangle spell also cause any issues for me?
The whole area is now difficult terrain, which means that your movement speed is halved when you go through it. So 5 foot becomes 10 foot. So you're fine. You can still go through it. Yeah. So what creature did you turn into? Sorry.
A black bear because it's medium of size.
Okay. Cool.
Or actually, have I got? I can't see just below, but have I got space to move then? Poof larger.
No.
For that extra +2 attack.
No, because basically no. So I see what you're saying. You're talking about. You're talking about this. Oh, you probably can't see that. This area down here. So you've got a wall, so you've only actually got this square, and this square, but it's all rubble, so you can't really stand in those areas.
Okay, look. Right, black bear, and then I'll go straight for him.
Okay, so you move forward and make your attack.
This isn't with advantage because he's not.
He's not entangled. No, roll it up.
That is an 18 plus 3 with my bite first, so 21 to hit.
That will hit with the bite. Roll for damage.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't move your piece, so I'll just move him for you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
You're welcome. I'll just put this geezer to the map layer. So.
Can I be a pain and just mention one thing?
Do it.
If I'd have known that Entangled had an advantage, I wouldn't have used my Channel Divinity.
Yeah, the problem with that, of course, is that that's meta. It's a bit of a little metagaming knowledge. Like your character wouldn't have known The concept of advantage on an attack is completely alien to your character, so you wouldn't have known it. Part of me was wondering at the same time because you've got that hunter's mark, but I was like, where do we draw the line of?
Well, I didn't use my hunter's mark at least, so
that was
cool.
That's a lesson for next time. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Sorry, 6. No, that's it. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my head around what I do when I cast stuff. That was 6 for damage, piercing damage for the bite.
For the bite, you bite into. He brings his shield up, and you kind of like grab it and you throw it away, and then opening him up for a second attack.
Claws. Ooh, no, that's a miss. That's a 2 plus a 5.
A 5. Yeah. So unfortunately, you bite and rip his shield out of the way, and as he does so, you swing up with that paw, but he manages just to take a slight step, and you just miss him. But solid 6 damage on the bite is good.
I'll take it.
Right, it's his turn.
Oh.
He has no other option really but to attack you. So let's roll a dice and see what he does. Oh, okay, he rolled well. What's your AC as the bear?
11.
Yeah.
It's less mine as a character.
Yeah, that's all right. You've got the hit point boost. So he hits you with his long sword. So that's a D8 damage. So it's a total of. Let's just check here. Once per turn. Shit. Okay, cool. So 4 points of damage is all you take.
Lovely.
Yeah. Once per turn, the hobgoblin can deal an extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if that creature is within 5 feet of an ally of the hobgoblin that isn't incapacitated. So because you killed that first one, he doesn't get that. So it's just the 4 points of damage, right?
Okay, thank you.
Little Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, he doesn't really know what else to do. I mean, it's technically, like, Droop told him a lie. It wasn't even a lie. Technically, it was the truth. Droop said the crazy adventures here.
I did like
so he ran out full for where so he knew what he was getting himself in for. Millicent, what are you up to with that broken tooth of yours?
Can't see. Oh, that's not Millicent. That's me. I have a broken tooth. I can't see how I'm gonna get to him. Really?
You've got line of sight, I would say. So it's just a case of.
What about the curtain and fire a crossbow bolt in his face?
Yeah, you can do because you're not within 5 feet, so you wouldn't have disadvantage. However, you do have a bear between you and him, so it might be slightly harder to hit. In fairness, what about some kind of spells or cantrips, vicious mockery or something like that, without giving you too much?
Don't have it prepared.
Don't have it, but isn't. What was the other one that you was doing? Is that not the one that you was blasting out against the bugbears before?
Yeah, but I've also got cutting words, but that's not the same thing. That's a reaction.
I thought it was a cantrip that you were doing, so you don't need to prepare it. You've just always got it prepared. Cantrips?
Well, I've always got all cantrips. I'm only supposed to have 2, aren't I?
Yeah, but you've got them for life. You don't mix out your cantrips. So your cantrips are just known. That's what you know. When you level up, you can swap them, but you don't swap out your cantrips on the rest.
Oh, okay. I was swapping out.
So you pick them, but then your spells, I believe you can swap out on a rest. Bards are a funny one. Let me just check the players.
So does that mean you do have it if you haven't swapped it out?
I mean, I'm not going to use it anyway because I think I've fucked that up anyway. So I don't even have it on me. So I'm going to literally.
I mean, I can sit down if you wish. Do you want me to sit down?
Yeah, down boy.
Right, so just let me know what you're doing and what you roll.
Okay. I rolled a 7. Plus, not enough, probably.
No, that'll be a miss, unfortunately. You just can't get the aim. You're still kind of behind that curtain, so there's a slight wall. You try and line it up, and it just pings off and just goes into the wall opposite.
It's a little bit too tight quarters for Millicent, anyway.
Yeah, it is a bit, unfortunately.
That's cool.
I am just going to take a quick pause from the action, and I'm just going to check that because I'm sure.
Right, I think I've
yeah.
misunderstood a rule somewhere.
So spells known at first level and higher. You know 4 first level spells of your choice from the Bard list. The spells known column of the Bard table shows when you learn more Bard spells of your choice. Each of these spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots as shown on the table. For instance, when you reach 3rd level in this class, you can learn 1 new spell of 1st or 2nd level. Additionally, when you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the Bard spells you know and replace it with another spell from the Bard list, which also must be of a level. Yeah, so with Bards, you don't prepare spells. You choose the spells that you know, and then you know those spells.
Oh, so I don't even swap them out.
Yeah, so you when you level up, you can you can choose to change one spell that you know for a different spell. So you yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Game changer.
Yeah, it is. That's kind of shit, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. I remember I had this in my last campaign. I had a Bard doing this as well, and he was a brand new. I mean, you're not brand new, but he was brand new, and we had,
Bard.
You know, like when we first started, I built his character for him. He said he wanted to be a Bard, so I built it for him. But then as he leveled up, I was like, look, now that you know the game a bit and you can, as a one-time only deal, you can change all your spells because I chose them for you previously. But once you've done it, this is what you've got. I remember having that conversation. He didn't last long either from that game. He was he kept on trying to ask me to do like all this stuff that was kind of against the rule, and I was just like, look, I've already, yeah. And in the end, he just drops out. So yeah, the spells you know are the spells you know until you level up, and then you can swap one spell. It does make it, but I mean, they're not. That's the problem with Bard, is that they're all right at everything, but they're not fantastic at any one thing. Is the problem with the Bards.
Okay, no worries. I'm just gonna go back to what I had before. Cool. I only changed out a couple of first level spells anyway, so I'm all good. But that's my turn.
Cool.
I will. Oh no, that's not my turn. I will inspire.
Do it.
I will inspire Scapes.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's that? +4 I can add.
So D6. D6. I was like, I do apologise. I have this habit of getting enthusiastic and trying to cut in, and it's quite rude, really. I do apologise, but sometimes I'm like, I know that. Boom, like, yeah. I get in trouble for it at work as well. But sorry.
That's all right. Is it my go now then?
Oh, it is indeed. Unless you've got anything else, you've done your bonus action. So Scapes, you're up. The only problem, Scape, is you decided to come down the front instead of going through the back. So now you can't get in.
Well, can't I go like 10, 20, 30?
No. So this space here and this space here next to the wall, it's filled with rubble. You can't walk on that. It's basically wall that's crumbled. Yeah, you can walk on. It's difficult terrain. Yeah, you can. Does that change what you would have done, Millicent? If I say that, no, you can't, because the thing is, right, I can't really. I'm going to move Pock out of the way. Just have a look.
I don't think anything would have changed because I'd have just tried to do damage. So.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to just symbolise how the towers above have crumbled down, but there is a wall there, so that is still technically wall that you can't cross.
Right. Okay then.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm looking at it, how you can see the map, and yeah, the only thing, because you've got that curtain that runs across there. So what the hell is that curtain hanging on? If that's just rubble that you can walk on, what is that curtain hanging off of? I suppose it could just be hanging off the ceiling.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Let's have fate. Let's Millicent, with that knowledge. If you'd known that you could have walked on there, would that have changed what you would have done? Would you have gone in for melee?
But yeah, my plan was to carry on swinging with the sword rather than dropping out the thing. But then I still rolled a d20 and still didn't hit. So I don't think.
So do we want to say?
I'm happy if you don't want to retcon it because the roll would have been the same.
The roll would have been the same. So do you want to say that you ran in and tried to hit with your sword?
Yeah. So I don't have to worry about picking up my crossbow off the floor or whatever. Yeah.
So if we say that knowing that information and knowing that you would have needed to have left space, that you would have run into maybe there. And so that's Okay, Scapes, go for it. I'll allow it. You can run in next to him and attack.
Who, me?
Yep, do it.
Where to? Here or here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can move through Millicent if you wish.
So
anyway,
it's difficult terrain. So your move once you hit that box, basically your movement halves. So you've gone from here. Let me just keep you honest. You've gone from here to there.
I thought
10 foot. So then that's another 10 foot. It's 20 foot. So I think
would Entangle have
there. I think is where you would be at. Yeah, that's it. There.
Would Entangle now be gone anyway?
All right, I'm gonna.
How long does it last?
A minute.
Yeah, it's not been a minute, mate. Every round is 6 seconds, so
okay.
A minute is 10 rounds.
Oh, a whole round is 6 seconds, not one person's go.
A whole round. So everything all happens in the same 6 seconds. So it's not like in Final Fantasy when you're just standing there waiting for your turn. It's like you have to imagine the amalgamation of that. Sorry, Scapes, I didn't hear what you said, mate. What did you roll?
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I rolled 15, but I want to add that D6 I got from Bardic Inspiration.
You can, yes, absolutely.
That's it. Oh,
a 1, so it's 6. It is just a 16. Unfortunately, it's a miss. You step forward. You're walking on rubble, and on top of the rubble is this entanglement vines, magic vines, and you're struggling to get through, and it just puts you off. And you swing and you snag your foot at the same time as you try to kind of anchor your weight onto it, and you just miss, unfortunately. Burr. So it's been a long time waiting. I do apologise. Sorry, Scapes. Did you want to do anything else? Sorry, mate.
Do I get advantage because there's people in its?
He is surrounded.
He is surrounded. You guys, I give you an inch and you take a mile, don't you?
Right. Go on. Proper surrounded.
Yeah, we love you.
Go on.
Probably won't mean anything anyway.
No, you rolled worse. All right. Okay, so you took the advantage you rolled worse. That's fine. So I do apologise. Keep me honest. Remind me next time. I can't pick and choose when I apply the rule. So it's good of you to do so.
Yeah. By the book, man.
Right, Burr is the problem, mate.
Right, I'm up. I'm attacking.
So thank you for your patience. You waited a long time.
All right.
I think. What are you going to do, mate? I'm not sure you can make a melee attack. I mean, you might... Maybe if you were to run round to the other side of Pock, you might just be able to get in for a melee attack.
I can't attack from where I am, no?
I should have moved. So
I think you've got that corner of the wall. He's just behind the wall. I mean, you can attack from there, but I will give him a boost to his AC for having slight cover.
But if I move to the other side,
then you won't.
I ain't.
Yeah, you got plenty of movement to do it, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I didn't realise that was a wall as well, where it's blacked out. Of course it is. I've not really left anyone much room.
Where do I need to move to get to?
Literally just to the other side of Pock. You go round it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To there.
Yeah. That'll be fine.
Okay. I shall attack.
And and he's surrounded, so roll with advantage.
10 or 14. 14.
That's a miss.
So 14 plus 5, 19.
Oh, sir, that'll do it. Roll for damage.
Damage 8. 1d8.
You would apply your sneak attack damage to this one as well.
1d8. Where's my D8?
D8?
Trying to find my D8. I'm trying to find my D8.
It's not. What weapon are you using?
Oh no, yeah, my rapier. 1d8 plus 3 piercing.
Is it? I thought it was just D6. I'll take your word for it. Can't bother
it's
to look
1d8.
Do it.
I can show you on my sheet there. Yeah.
Do it.
8.
8 points of damage.
Plus
Okay.
3.
Lovely.
Plus 3.
11 points of damage, and then if you were to roll your 2d6, you basically just obliterate him.
Yeah.
I have cut the top of his head off, and now I'm eating his brain.
Wow.
Nice.
Dessert.
Hungry Burr.
Cool. Combat over.
I love the way none of us have questioned that he's eaten everything.
I like the I can't help it.
They're funny like that.
We dwarf, isn't he?
Boy's got a rate. Bear's got a rate.
Yeah, I'm not going to question him. You going to question him?
No. I mean, at the minute, I'm
Brain.
animal.
So at that point, Droop bursts through this door at the back, going, ah! And he's like, ah!
Well
Well,
done.
I hear, but Good job, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks. Where'd you get that?
Pardon?
I said, where did you get that drink to him? Because I thought it was funny. Oh, don't worry.
He's just sipping on a JD and Coke, yeah. And it's like, well done, everybody. Ching, ching. Whoa.
Nice.
Cool. Right. Initiative over. Boom. Right, what are you doing now then, guys? So you've killed these two hobgoblins. Your plan went off pretty much perfectly. I'm assuming that Pock will probably stop concentrate on this spell.
Entangle can go.
Yep.
That's fine for me. How
much noise did we make in that encounter?
Well, that's a very good question. It's not a lot. You dealt with it in, 2 rounds? It's 12, maybe 18 seconds if it was 3 rounds. Maybe some people heard it, but I mean, there was no opportunity. They only had one go. No opportunity to shout, and you guys knew it was a stealthy thing. I imagine that you probably deliberately held your voices instead of channeling your ki and shouting with every strike. I imagine you probably tried to do it as quickly and quietly as possible. Efficient killing machines.
We feel pretty safe at the minute, you'd say.
So. I'm not saying
anything. I think our only other... I mean, I'm a bear at the minute, but going on previous knowledge, there's a room that we know there are people we are looking for, so it makes sense.
I thought that was the plan, to go for that room.
Tally ho while we're adrenaline's running.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
As you enter this room, then you see what you guys see on the map, but just for the benefit of our audio listeners on the podcast, which will be released in a couple of weeks because the podcast is a couple of weeks behind the live stream. Room number 12, where the hobgoblins came out of, contains, there's like a little small fire in there. There's a couple of beds in there. There's an arrow slit that you can look outside into the kind of area out there. A stone brazier full of coals glows in the middle of this small barracks. 4 straw pallets are lined up along the east wall, and the wall to the south has collapsed, but a barred wooden door in that direction is still clear, and a curtain hangs in the archway to the north, but you know that, so the curtain is, we've discussed it to great lengths already today.
It's a very nice curtain.
It's a lovely curtain,
really
but
good
there is
curtain.
a door with a bar across it to the south.
Barred from the inside.
Was barred from this side of the room. I like to think of it as like one of those, the bars that are like a wood plank that you'd put across it and you'd lift off and then put on the floor.
Yeah.
So something in there that they don't want to let out.
Maybe.
Prison room.
I see no reason to go in there. To be fair,
No, we're only for glass stuff. And
we've heard voices that we not recognise, but we can assume.
Yeah,
go on, Millicent.
As you said, Millicent, it's barred from the other side.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's barred from the side we see. So whatever's in there, they didn't want to get out.
At least it's barred. It means one less entrance we got to worry about.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Nothing can get in. Even if it was Gundren in there being held prisoner, what use is he going to be? He's probably been beaten to shit. So
yeah,
let's just get this.
It's not worth giving it a knock and going, hello.
I don't think so.
Okay. No.
Unless we know, I don't think anyone that's here could help us. So
no.
Let's pop a pin. I mean, does anyone go and have a listen? Very quick listen to the door. What's the
perception and stuff like as a bear?
Smell. I have advantage on perception that rely on smell.
I reckon you're the man for the job, or the bear for the job.
All right, go on,
we're after dwarfs, so give me a sniff and then give that door a sniff.
Okay. So I get advantage. First one was a 7, so that can fuck off. And that one was a 6.
What was the highest?
So just a 7. I get no pluses by the looks of it. Oh, I get a plus. Pock does, not the bear.
Yeah, you can use
your bear's wisdom, don't you? Or use your other.
Yeah, so use your wisdom. So it doesn't say on there if you've got advantage, so you use your wisdom stat. So as the bear, it would be D20 plus its wisdom, or if Pock has a better modifier, you can use Pock's modifier instead.
That's a 10 then for Pock plus 3.
Okay. Right. So you have a kind of listen, and then you kind of have a snort at it, and it smells like you're not sure. It's not something that you smelt before. Definitely not dwarf. Definitely not person, unless it's a real ruddy, filthy person. It smells kind of like some type of animal. It definitely makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
I think.
Yeah, we don't need to be going in there.
Leave that well alone.
Yeah, it could also be our boy if he's not in the other room.
What boy? What?
Yeah, like again, kill the people in the room and then come back.
You know, the main man in this mission.
Gungeon.
Well, the black spider has been
Yeah.
locked in a room in this keep. Is that what you're saying?
Providing this is the only door.
Why would it be barred from the inside? Okay. We're not going into there, right?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think we are heading up to where the I think the black spider
Let's get
and
it done.
Brilliant.
glass staff are, and we're going to go and have a little rumble with them.
Okay.
I forgot to ask. We did have a rest before we went into the forest, didn't we?
Yeah, before you entered the forest and before you came here, you were completely rested up, full health, full abilities and everything, yes.
Wunderbar. Okay, cool. Just needed to double check that. Yeah.
Well needed clarification.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go into this room, I'd like to bless all three of these.
Okay, what does that do?
That does basically, it will give them a D4 to add to an attack roll or saving throw for up to a minute. So yeah, I want to do it.
So you probably want to do it just before you burst through the door then?
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Isn't that beautiful?
Feeling blessed.
Just because they're probably going to be hard, aren't they?
Maybe.
I would imagine.
So I'll press
We got a
cast.
wizard and some sort of badass.
Are we all still wearing our red brand cloaks?
I
Yeah.
assume, well, you're not. You're a fucking bear. Like,
No, I've still got it on.
I don't know. The bear's still got it on. Yeah, it's like a
Just a
weird
bear with
Winnie
a-
the
like,
Pooh
it's more
type
like a
thing.
neckerchief now. Like you're like
Yeah.
the weirdest fucking littlest hobo anyone's ever seen.
Maybe tomorrow I want to settle down.
Sorry,
I was changing
Tomorrow. Well, just no.
Okay,
Right, come on then.
so you're gonna go up to this original door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right, who's going through first?
guys, we got 19 viewers, and we have done for about 10 or 15 or 20 viewers.
What?
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
If you haven't said
Jeez.
hi in the chat, please do.
Stick around, and you're about to see 5
TPK.
deaths.
In for a
Stick
death.
around. You're about to see a TPK.
Welcome to the last episode of.
Who's going first? We decided yet?
I think Scapes
Do
should
we
go
want to have
first.
another?
If we're going to burst,
Can we have a?
You're in.
If
we have
we're
one more
barging
listen?
in.
Do you want to have a sniff, Pock?
Yeah, that's not gone too well before, but I'll have a quick sniff, just to make sure there's still presence in there. That was an 8, and that was a 16 plus 1, 17.
Well, you'd use
17, 18, 19,
20
20.
plus
Sorry,
Pox.
yeah.
Pox perception. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, like you have you don't really hear much because this is all about your smell, but you can still smell. Sorry, excuse me. You can still smell.
What can I smell?
Yeah, what can you smell? Well, I can smell
Mm.
Jim Beam and Coke and spaghetti bolognese that I had for dinner. You can smell. You can smell wolf. Absolutely,
Wolf.
there is. You can smell fire. You can smell wolf. You can, without a doubt, smell the dirty stench of a bugbear. You smell something that you have never smelt before. A really bizarre alien smell. And you can smell dwarf.
That's our dwarf.
There's a boy.
so feels like there's going to be a hell of a lot of trouble behind
This
it.
is going. Yeah, this is going down by the looks of it.
Yeah,
So how we
fucks you
get
up. Anyone got any spells? Melissa is quickly checking her spells.
There's some things I want to do, but I need line of sight. We need to be in there first.
Okay.
Okay.
Can everyone roll me a stealth as well? But since you're hiding in the corridor outside, deciding what to do.
Stealth.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh, I get a +3 myself. So
That would be 24 total.
17 +3.
Nice.
13.
What? Okay. I'm a 13, but what do I add for the bear? What does it come under stealth?
So, it's a bit of a funny one because you'd use the physical attributes of the bear, which is dexterity, but if you're proficient with stealth, you can add a +2 to it, I believe.
That's a 13 for me then.
Okay, so we've got 2 13s is the lowest roll, so that's the figure for me to beat. Give me a moment while I check some stats. La 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 la.
Oh, I don't know what to do here.
Just storm in there, man. Cut them up.
Yeah, I meant in terms of I currently can't use any spells when we go through.
Okay.
Well, what
I don't know. Well, I've got some. Yeah.
So as you're sniffing at that door, and as I said before, when you smell these various things, you hear like a, and then you hear a snuffling coming from the other side of the door, and a scratching. As you can tell that suddenly your nostrils get overpowered by the stench of wolf, and you hear what the fuck is its name? It's got a fucking name. What the fuck is its name?
You've been made. You've been sniffed at by the wolf, basically.
It's a wolf of some sort.
Maybe I should stand in front of the door then.
Just get.
Well,
And you who speaks Goblin again?
Me, annoyingly.
You do.
You can't fucking tell
So
us.
you hear, just you then, Pock, in bear form, unable to communicate any of this to any of the players. You hear what's kind of sounds like somebody that it's kind of hard to translate because it's a name, but I suppose it would be like snarl. You're like snarl, and then it's like, what's the matter, boy?
I'm just gonna fucking kick the door in. I'm going in.
Okay.
Kick the door in a wolf's face.
Yeah, if I can do that as a bear. I don't want any more. I don't want us to be giving away any more than we already are. So I'm just gonna hope for a surprise attack.
To pick up the dwarf or
yes,
to do anything to stop our attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you kick open the door.
It's like Kung Fu Panda style, like.
I love it.
Can I have a strength check? I've already brought down the barrier so you can see, but give me a strength check. I want to see
as a bear.
As the bear.
Fucking hell, 7.
Okay. Shit. I jumped the gun myself and I released the door. So you see, you kick the door, it hits the wolf, and you hear like a whimper, like a. I don't want to make the sound because I'll probably scare my dog. But you know that kind of like high pitched noise that dogs make as the door rams into into this wolf on the other side, and it takes a jump back, and the door swings open. Inside, you see this chamber has been set up as crude living space. Thick furs thrown on the floor serve as carpets, and old trophies hanging on the walls. A large bed to the north and a brazier of coals are burning brightly. A round table with several chairs stands to the south of the door. Near the table, on the floor, is an unconscious dwarf who looks badly beaten. Around the table, and they jump up as the door slams open, you see two things. One, you see something that you instantly recognise as a bugbear. you've seen him before, but this one looks a bit bigger and scarier than the others, and he's got the kind of like a cape, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like a cloak. That's the word.
Samesies.
And you see a drow, a female drow. That's a dark elf with
Interesting.
long white hair, quite beautiful.
Sorry.
I am trying to be serious and set a scene here.
I'm so sorry, but in my I can't apologise enough, but in my head I was like, Burr's got an erection.
Bert's going to start apologising to everyone. He's going to just be like,
And then I said that and he literally went, interesting. That just made me laugh.
He'll walk in. How you doing?
Number one, Larry. Sorry, Luke.
It's okay.
Oh, dear.
I suppose we'll find out what happens next week.
Oh, man.
Luke.
Well, I mean, you're about to get to a combat.
No, you're right.
It could go on, a combat. It could last 5 minutes, but let's be honest, combats
one.
tend to last.
Well, that's longer than my erection would last. So, yeah.
It's just not worth the effort, then, really, is it?
Oh man.
Not gaff, just so we are all clear. Oh,
That's in character, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I think I've met enough of your ex-girlfriends to know that that's not quite true.
Well.
Brilliant. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. It's been my absolute pleasure to DM this for you. Episode 11 of the D&D show, playing Lost Mines of Phandelver, the official WotC Adventure Path. Can't say Adventure Path, that's a Paizo thing. That's just module, I think they call it, campaign module. I hope you're all just enjoying it. Sorry, Troy Tempest says D&D Viagra, just don't roll a 1 lol. Fires of Athlon says, well, I'm assuming they're supposed to say good stuff, but it says hood stuff. Psycon sent, anyway, it's been a good session, and there's something in, I don't know, they're talking to amongst themselves a little bit. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We're finishing on a high, 15 viewers. We're going to set up for what's hopefully going to be a good combat next time, or maybe won't. Maybe you'll talk your way out of it. Maybe like Gavin's sex drive, it'll just be a colossal fail and disappointment. We don't know. We'll see. Lekimon, great session. Good night. See you next week. I hope we do. Thank you very much. If you want to, if you like what you've listened to or watched or whatever today, then please do give us a follow on Twitter or on Facebook at Show D&D. If you listen to the podcast, please do, or even if you're not, just drop us a review. Let's say hi. Come on Twitter, say hi. Drop us a review on iTunes or on Podcast Addict or whatever you use on YouTube. Let us know that we're being appreciated. But it's been great tonight. I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, everybody. Sean, James, Gavin, Lisa. Hope you all had a good time.
Yes,
always.
Cool.
What a cliffhanger as well.
Yeah, I was hoping that we were going to drag out the rest of it for this long, because I thought it's a nice little cliffhanger, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So all the regular guys, I've already mentioned a few of them: Lecky Macon, Lucaroo, everyone. You know who you are. Thank you very much for joining us week in, week out. You really do kind of inspire us to keep on going. Psycon sent thrice something or another, whatever his name is, Flack 30. Thank you. For the new people who joined us tonight, again, thank you very much. Tell your friends, tell your family, phone your gran in the morning and tell her how awesome we are. Otherwise, I've been your... I don't know, mate. I'm drunk and I'm very tired. I'm Luke. I'm Luke, and I'm tired, and I need to go to bed. So, Lukey_baby86 on Twitter. Let's go. Ladies first. Millicent, how's your tooth, Lisa?
It is non-existent.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
I'm sure it'll probably doesn't hurt. It'll probably get you in the morning. So if anyone is, it's like in
context. I broke a tooth 10 minutes into the stream and hid it very well.
Yeah, you've done brilliantly. So thank you very much for fighting.
Pass without a trace on the tooth.
This is it. Well, you need to hoff it up. Oh, the Tooth Fairy ain't going to come.
Nah.
Host. Thank
She don't
you.
take up.
Psych Consent, the word I'm looking for is host. I think we're all hosts, co-hosts. I wouldn't be here. I'm not the boss. I'm not in charge. I'm not, the leader. We're all a team. So, yeah, I don't really like the word host.
You're more like Captain Planet.
Captain Planet,
Oh,
here's
that
a
was
hero. Was it bring pollution down? I used to love
Down
Captain
to
Planet.
zero. Yeah, he had a mullet, a green mullet. I
This
mean,
is it. Did you ever see the the piss take thing that Don Cheadle did dressed up as him? Like, I don't probably about 10 years ago now. If you haven't seen it,
I probably found it somewhere.
YouTube it. Yeah, it's Don Cheadle, who, if you don't know who that is, he's the really fantastic black actor. Done thousands of films.
I haven't seen it as it goes.
I think like the most recent thing he's famous for is probably he's in the Marvel films. He plays War Machine, Iron Man.
War Machine, yes.
Yeah. Dressed up as Captain Planet. It's hilarious. It's really, really good. Check that out. Yeah. Anyway, so Lisa, you're good. Sean, any final words?
Send help. Yeah, that's it. Just
No.
send it. I don't know. I'm terrified about next week now.
You'll be right.
I was nervous about this week.
Yeah. James, pleasure has been mine as
Yeah,
always.
thank you. Yes, been good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And last but by absolutely no means least, unlike of course his erection, we've got Gavin.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
If you're not watching the stream, you will know where you can find any of us. It's Gavin can be found on Instagram at Gav Beer and Beard. James doesn't do social media, so contact me or the whatever the fuck this group's called. Sean can be found on Instagram at Sean F. Lee and Lisa at _energy. Thank you very, very much. I've been waffling for far too long. So peace out and be nice to each other and stop being racist. just stop it. There's no need for it.
Be excellent to each other.
This is it. Be excellent to each other. Oh mate, have you seen the trailer for the new film?
I was a little bit underwhelmed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was.
But I'm hoping for good things, but
I think
we'll see.
There's going to be a lot of suspension of disbelief involved in watching that film when it comes out. And fuck me, I'm going to watch it. But like,
of course,
the first two films, they're stoner teenagers, and so they're going to be a little bit dim and stuff and spaced out. Whoa, dude, yeah. But it's going to be a little bit harder to believe that when they're 50 that they're still the same character.
I'm not sure. I know people still like that in their 50s,
maybe
still stoners.
Yeah.
What film are we talking about?
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm excited. It's going to be good.
It's still going to be better than the Crystal Skull. So
shit, Crystal fucking Skulls. One last shout out. My God, I know I've been trying to say goodnight for ages, but tell you what, right, guys, if you do follow us on Twitter, you may have noticed that I've been fucking spamming Twitter for the past couple of weeks about this podcast group called Roleplay Retcon. Please, 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 if it's the last thing you do, check out the podcast Roleplay Retcon. They're fucking fantastic, and they use a different system. So basically, they do a series of like 8-10 episodes, and every series what they're doing is they are retconning shit films basically, and they use a different rule system every time. So their season 1 was Batman and Robin. I can't remember what they used. Season 2 they did the Crystal Skull, and it was fucking hilarious. I loved every fucking second of it. Series 3 they did Twilight. They did something in between which I forget, some obscure Dan Aykroyd film that I'd never heard of, which it was all right, but
Coneheads.
No, it wasn't. It was. I can't even remember what it's called. Anyway, the most recent they're currently doing Super Mario Brothers, and it's my absolute favourite podcast at the moment. I absolutely fucking love them. I've been stalking them like a fucking pervert all over Twitter. Please, check them out.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll do Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Maybe they will. I suggest it. Yeah.
If it's shit.
So yeah, Roleplay Retcon on. Check them out. They're really, really, really good. That's my last thing. Unless anyone else wants to spur me on to something else.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you.